Hello, my beautiful gemstones. Welcome to Friday Night Live Intuitive Oracle. If you saw my head going there for a second, it's because we were dancing to the countdown music. Now, once again, I'm a little blinky in and out. I did get a Wi-Fi booster. It should be here within the next 10 days. So I keep my promises, guys. Thank you all who are joining us tonight. I put it in the community tab. I put it on Facebook and I mentioned it a few times. I wasn't sure though. So it's going to be Friday nights from now on, right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. And again, I'm sorry for the blinky in and out. It is driving me absolutely insane. But as long as it's not interfering with you guys hearing me, we will be good to go. So New England Dirt Roadie can't join us because he's working. That is the only one I know of so far that we've lost. So just for tonight, I'm going to give him a timestamp. He did have to put down his cat, Claude, and he's been really not in a good way. And I know a lot of us right now, this retrograde has got us just dark times, gemstones, but we are going to come out of it because guess what? We are the light, right? And that's what we have to remember. And that's what we have to tell ourselves. But please, to New England Dirt Roadie, he is struggling. He is suffering pretty badly. I got a new deck. I didn't list it in the description. Didn't have time. I want to briefly go over that real quick before we get started. So my son started school and my schedule has changed. My work day has been cut in less than half. So I have less than half the amount of time I had for the past, however, almost a year now, to work. So I have about 6 hours a day as opposed to 12 to 14, sometimes 16. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I am going to make it work so I can be on my way to my show and my spiritual retreat and doing the best I can for you guys. Here is the Medicine Heart Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. Look how thick this is, okay? The meanings are so very long, but they are really in-depth because, just choked on my own spit. They have a lot of really, really, really good advice and useful tips. I don't normally read the tips during stream just to keep things moving. And then I got the Roast Iconic, which as you guys, if you've been watching my shorts, know I've been using for shorts. I'm still a little awky and choppy in the shorts because it's 1 minute. And as you guys know, I'm pretty verbose. I'm very long-winded and it's hard for me to break everything down to 1 minute. So take it easy on me. Okay, Raymond, good to see you. Please come back in later. I didn't say hi immediately because I didn't greet everyone yet, but if you're leaving, hi, bye. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so just bear with me on the shorts. A lot of you have been asking, why can't I comment? Because my shorts are going out to more than just my gemstones, and I'm not ready for the trolling yet. So, yeah, that's why. And I wanted to just show you guys my gnome earrings. This one's holding a pumpkin, and then I have one that's holding leaves, and then I have 3 more pairs that I'm going to be putting in future gift boxes, the Halloween boxes I send out and sell. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. It's not easy to read on the fly. I mean, it's easy for me to read on the fly, but not when it's down to a minute. So I'm doing my best and doing my best for you guys. So I will make it work. You guys just continue supporting me, please, by showing up and by being so kind and sweet. It really does bolster me and give me courage to keep going and trying new things. So yeah. Lotus girl, get this party started. I think Fridays are going to turn out really good too. I was afraid because I didn't want to step on anyone else who's streaming's toes. You know what I'm saying? I have friends in this community that stream on Friday nights and they've been streaming for years on Friday nights, but I cannot do it Monday through Thursday and I can't do it Saturday or Sunday either. So Friday is the night. Ghost Dragons is not streaming at midnight on Fridays anymore. He's doing midnight on Saturdays, and then we're going to pick a different day of the week. He may replace my Wednesday. So we're figuring it out. I also have to get Lara on board. She might do a bi-weekly show, but it'll be just her and sometimes Ghost Dragons because I can't do it. I can't make it work. Blue Crossroads. I would have taken something depending on which drive-thru you're at. Mama Cindy. What's up, girl? Bat Mom. What's up, sweetie? I put these nails on. They remind me of you. Had no idea I ordered Batman nails, but there they are. I got a couple Spider-Man pairs as well. Mark Halstead, what's up, sweetheart? Mike J, behold, thunder crashes. I almost went like this, but that would be a whip, not thunder. Josephine says, good morning. I can never remember where you're from that it is morning by you, but good morning to you as well. Anybody else? Anybody else? I know there are more down there. Tracy Tritton, she is here tonight, guys. Sorry, I'm chugging Red Bull. I was telling her how we've been worried and we've been asking about her, but I just had a feeling that sometimes we go through things where we want people's advice and we want people to be actively involved and help us through it. And then sometimes we go through things where we kind of just need a little space. And I was trying to give you space. So I hope that you're all right. And we'll talk Monday. I just don't know what time yet. I won't know until Sunday, but we'll figure it out. It's good to see you, though. Thank you for coming in. Guys, don't forget, if you have to leave for any reason, please let us know. Like when Johnny Yuma comes in tonight, I'm going to make sure that he is read right away because he's waited a long time in the past 2 weeks, but he didn't say anything that he couldn't hang out for the whole stream, and he ended up not getting a reading. And I don't want that to happen. Slow motion, what up, yo? Raymond, hello again. I don't know who you are, but it's good to see you, whoever you are, and welcome. And got to run, but I hope you come back in and get you a reading. Richard Elmore, what's up, sweetie? Aunt Edna, don't want to mess with dinner time. Ms. Paranormal Pixie, what's up, girl? I hope you're feeling better. What's up, Chopper Morgan? Why did I say Chalker? I don't want an only beautiful J.I. I don't know what that means. Long Island Bigfoot, here we go. The one and only Gemma Jade. Yes. Queen of the Gemstones. You guys are so sweet. This is what I'm talking about. I could be having like the worst day and you guys just lighten it right up. And I want you guys to know that about yourselves. You are a bright, shining, beautiful light in a dark world. I feel like everyone in this stream is definitely that. And we don't tell ourselves that enough, you know? Sometimes you have to hear it from a friend or a stranger to believe that it's true. So I went over this in shorts, guys, real quick. Total Guerra, what is up? So if you want to still be a guest, if you're still down with that, if you're still good with it, it could be this Tuesday or 2 Tuesdays from now, but we can talk privately about that, just not tomorrow, but Sunday would be fine. So this is labradorite on the heart there, and then blue kyanite and quartz points, and then quartz points ring. And my daughter, my lovely little Miss Eliana, got me this from Italy. She went there recently. Her adopted father, I don't like to call them adoptive parents. They are her parents. They raised her. He's from Italy. He came here like maybe, I think it's like 30 years ago now, because when I first met him in 2006, he had been here for like 17 years. But they still go back there and they still have a house there and everything. His family's there. And they always bring back just the most beautiful things. So this is like a chakra bracelet. There's a little book that came with it. There were all different bracelets. And this one had the meaning and had this whole big meaning and all of these nice, beautiful words written in Italian. So I need to put it into Google Translate. I'll be in the truck for 7 hours more, so I'll be here listening. Excuse me if I don't say much, but hi, everyone. No problem. You know what, Tracy Turton, that's the best we can do, is the best, that's all we can do, is the best that we can. Jules, what's up, sweetheart? Total, all you got to do is come in and say hello, and you will be on the list. Baby UFO. Oh, I missed you guys so much. Wednesday just felt so wrong. I've been trying out a lot of new wigs and a lot of new hair pieces. I try to keep it simple for Wednesday nights, though, because I'm all over the place. Yeah, so I'm digging the pink wig so far. So let's just get this party started. I think Lotus Girl is first, but oh, well, let's bring in Ghost Dragons because I can see him. I didn't realize he's not here yet. I've been looking at him this whole time. Like, why isn't he saying anything?
Because I have nothing to say. I'm a man of silence today. No, I'm good. And I'll get that email sent to you tomorrow. I've been dealing with doctors, so.
I wasn't able to get back to your emails either, but I did see them come in. And I'm hoping that Sundays will be my catch-up day for anything that I wasn't able to get to during the week, like emails. This week was so hard. It was so hard, but you know what? Today it was better. It's like been getting a little bit better every day. And I think as long as I get my yoga in, my little me time, I'll be okay, and I'll be able to do it. So Dargo and Rose Tyler, believe it or not, I still owe you guys September readings. I just haven't gotten to them. So those will be done Monday. And then I am starting October readings next week. I'm just going to bang them out in the first and second week of the month from now on. So you guys will be getting them early instead of last minute, because I like to get those out of the way. Don't forget that readings going forward, the remote personals, the 7 to 10 cards, because sometimes there are more, are $20 going forward. Long Island Bigfoot starting off the stream, right? Thank you so much for that. Yeah, Wednesday wasn't the same, but I think we'll get to that point with Fridays too. You got to remember, I've been doing this stream on Wednesdays for 3 years. That's a long time. I can't wait to go on and talk about why government conspiracies don't make sense. And you know what, though? A lot of them don't make sense to me either. And that's why it's so good to have a skeptic on, willing to talk. And like, you're skeptical for a reason. You're not just skeptical to be skeptical. Like, no, I don't believe that. And that's why I think that you're a great person to have on, because I'm never trying to change anyone's mind. I'm just trying to open it a little bit. And, you know, I'm willing to listen to the other side too. And I think it's going to be really great. So the afternoon talk is going to be Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, but it's every other Tuesday, guys, because Mondays are too much. The whole schedule is changing, but my baby is in kindergarten now, guys. Oh, all right. Madison, what's up, girl? So let's just get started. I'm using the medicine heart for Miss Lotus Girl, and we do need to read for Arisha as well, even though she's not in here. So eventually, at the end, I'm only doing 5 timestamps a night. We got New England Dirt Roadie. We got Miss KC, and we got Arisha. Your baby's in kindergarten too. I know. It's like, and he's so excited about it too. I was saying today, like, I've never seen someone so excited to ride the bus, because he starts riding the bus tomorrow. So, all right, Miss Lotus Girl. Oh, pretty girl. You got She-Wolf of the South. Card number 36. This is a beautiful deck. Especially this would be great for like when I do the video face-to-face readings. Dargo, what's up? I don't know if you just heard me mention you, but I was like, I still owe you a September reading. Don't worry, I didn't forget. So good to see you, Mr. Dargo. I'm so glad you all came and that you all could join us tonight for real. Lotus in the divine feminine medicine mandala, true north is the symbol for our authentic life direction, and the south becomes symbolic of that which is behind us, the past and all the potential benefit and burden associated with it. The weight of the past does not need to rest upon your shoulders or within your heart. It can become the solid known ground beneath your feet that you have traversed, explored, and mined. A series of classes you have completed in your soul's sacred schooling. Resolving the past is complex work when there is a deep treasure to excavate. It takes time, patience, skill, and endurance to complete that harvest. The oracle offers encouragement, heralding the sacred decree of successful closure and the fruition of something worthwhile that could not have occurred otherwise. There will be a clear knowing within when it is truly time to put something or someone behind you, and you will have the capacity to do so with compassion, firmness, and a liberating sense of personal freedom. The oracle speaks of the initiation of the South taking place within your soul. This is a process through which you will grapple with the past and decide how you're going to work with what has been. The color associated with the South is red. Work on the past on the South is also known as the red path. Red work, South work, can be compared to the final stage of alchemy known as reddening, where the fresh energy and vitality creates significant breakthroughs, and the higher purpose of complete transformation can then occur. In alchemical process, red is the culmination of all colors. Sometimes in going back to the past, we may worry that we will become stuck and that we should try harder to move forwards. If we have done a lot of work already, this is, of course, understandable. If we see things in a linear fashion, this is also understandable. However, South work is going back to move forward. We need a Taoist understanding to be able to grasp this. The linear intellectual mind cannot fathom it. The intuitive heart wisdom understands that evolution happens in spirals, and we traverse previously traveled roads at higher or deeper turns of the spiral to distill more truth and wisdom until it is entirely resolved spiritually, and there is no further need for it. This is not about relapsing or regressing. This is about going back to bring forth what is necessary. Sometimes this process requires a number of return trips, for the treasure being mined is quite substantial. The quality of the South is an empowered state. In an empowered state is the quality of giving. South is a call to share the goodness and potential of our being for the greater benefit. Rather than reactively retract, we consciously choose how we wish to give to ourselves, to each other, to spirits, to our planet, and to our world. In our medicine heart, medicine wheel, the soul season of the South is summer, the time of rapid growth and increase of the light. This allows us to be able to see and navigate tricky inner terrain most effectively. If there is a story that has been resistant to change, the oracle speaks of a powerful experience of heartfelt compassion that can dislodge that which has become stuck and provide the energy needed for a psychological breakthrough and emotional restart. In traditional Chinese medicine, the heart is associated with the color red in the season of summer. The oracle speaks of the extraordinary power of the heart to heal and restore itself for you right now. You are encouraged to cultivate faith in your heart, dive into whatever has been driving you, and prepare to arise in radiant glory, your soul like the midsummer sun at pinnacle. Thank you, Dargo. I do appreciate it. Multifaceted, Jules. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Starting the new Friday stream off, right? Let me move this back a little bit. I feel like I'm all up in your camera. I've been sitting on this pillow all day and it's flattened to my chair. Okay, so, and I do have an itchy nose, but because I'm wearing nails, it looks like I'm picking, but I'm actually not. I did that in Grey Wolf's reading today. I was like, I'm not picking my nose. Yeah, so with this South and North polar opposite thing, I don't know if you guys, any of you that know about birth charts or that you've ever actually studied or looked at a birth chart, whether it be your own or someone else's, there is the North node and the South node. The South node was your mission in your past life. So it could be something you're still struggling or dealing with. So if I believe my South node is in Cancer, which means whatever Cancer's life soul struggles are as a Cancer collective, a Sun Cancer collective, that is my biggest struggle and weakness in this life. And I believe it's connecting with others, believe it or not, on an honest level. That is Cancer, one of Cancer's things. So your North node is your whole, your soul's purpose in this life, right? And it's usually the polar opposite. So like, I know Pisces and Virgo are opposites, the 6th and the 12th, but I don't know what the opposite of Cancer would be, but that is my life's mission and soul's purpose. And it kind of popped into my head to say that to you, Lotus Girl, because I do think that you're letting go of so much, and you may not even realize that you're letting go. You're starting this new chapter. You're just pushing forward and doing what you need to do without giving any thought to how much is actually going to change once all of this is over and done with. Because it's like this one particular person will be gone that is going to work, and you are going to come out on top. I think it's going to be in a way that you don't expect, though. I feel like whatever you're trying to accomplish, as far as not only leaving a person behind or getting rid of a toxic or negative person out of your life, but just like your life in general, a big giant leap forward. Oh, you guys are so sweet. A big giant leap forward, not just in one area of your life, Tennille, but in so many different ones. And it's all going to start at the jumping off points of when you release this toxic negative person. Now I say that because I know what this card is about, and so do you. It's about something you have going on where you're trying to escape from a toxic or narcissistic person who has been basically bleeding you dry, abusing you, taking advantage of you, manipulating you, and causing turmoil and struggle, physical, mental, emotional, and psychic discord and discourse within your relationships, inside of yourself, in your husband. This person is the worst of the worst. Your jumping off point for your spiritual awakening is when he finally gets his comeuppance, and you finally get, in the best way possible, what was coming to you. So keep pushing forward. Do not get discouraged. Keep faith in your heart, not hope, because hope, believe it or not, sometimes comes from a place of lack. You're hoping something's going to work out rather than just knowing that it will. And in some cases, like the position you're in, like, yeah, you want to be hopeful, but you want to know with absolute certainty that you are in the right and you will come out on top. And that's what the universe is asking for from you. Blue Crossroads. Guys, yeah, please watch my shorts. I know, like I said, they're awky. I'm a little uncomfortable. What is that? What does that mean?
Hit those thumbs up. Get that
Oh,
thumbs up.
it's like, what is he doing? I know they're awky and uncomfortable, but they will get a lot better, especially as the views get up. And those of you who have been watching, I do appreciate it. It's just a minute of your time. Do you guys see my ghosty on my shirt? So this ghost, I have one of him holding an umbrella. There's one of him reading a book, sitting on a pile of leaves. I wore one last week. It was a V-neck of him holding a pumpkin. I just love this little guy. So Dargo said, I've been saying that about hope for a decade now. It's true. It depends on the situation. Blue Crossroad, I'm going to use angels and ancestors. I'm an insecure person. You got to see the way, the reason I turned off comments. It was really bad. It was really bad. Some guy was like, well, I knew that this was going to be full of and I'm like, this is the first week of September's reading, and we haven't even gotten to September 1st yet. So what exactly are you commenting on here? Paranormal Highway, what's up, sweetie? Yes, thank you, Blue Crossroads. He said, I watched them all so the views and likes go up. Paranormal Highway. I knew you were going to get this card. I knew it. I should have said it before I pulled it so you know, but Eagle, see from a higher perspective. Okay, there it is. Look at things from a different angle, fly higher, and see new possibilities. I try not to, Long Island Bigfoot. I'm a very sensitive soul, and that stuff, I finally just like stopped getting to me. And now with shorts, it's like this whole new audience of people. So within a couple months, I'll be over it. I'll be just like I am now, where I'm like, that's great. You don't like my stuff. Bye. But for right now, I'm just leaving comments off for the most part. Blue Crossroads in animal medicine, both Native American and Celtic, the eagle draws his power and strength from the sun. He is a powerful, strong, and courageous guide who is able to see for miles. He approaches all things with intelligence, grace, and poise, and has the capacity to make a plan from a higher space before putting it into action. When the eagle card appears in a reading, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and your own selfish desires. In eagle medicines, I don't know what just happened. My thing blinking is annoying me. Eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or vision may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you're feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the high road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it'll only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky or God, depending what you believe, and invites you to do all things from a place of love. So yeah, Blue Crossroads, I feel like you really are excited about a lot of things in your future. I feel like you do have some, just like we all do, you have some things in your life going on that you're like, what just happened? Like, how did this, like, you know, maybe looking at people that you've known for a long time and not recognizing who you're seeing anymore. And the reason for that, though, is because you're no longer vibrating at the same level as they are. Even if you're just vibrating like an inch higher, you're off kilter with these people. And I feel like a lot of us are going to start finding that, especially in the next 3 to 4 years, where we're just moving on up and people aren't really following us. They're looking at us and judging us and telling us that we think we're better than them. And that's not the case. It's not that we think that we're better. We just are doing probably better than we've ever done, or we feel better than we've ever felt. So we're trying to work with people, and this is going somewhere. This is just a message that's coming in. You guys know I have no control over it. We're trying to work with people so that they can better themselves at the same time we better ourselves, and we better the entire group as a whole, right? Some people don't want to hear that. Some people think that they're the best that they can be, and there's no room for improvement. There's no room for growth. That is how you weed people out. Boy, bye, girl, bye, bye, bye. This card is also telling you you're seeing from a higher perspective right now. Maybe you're able to see things and pick up on things that 6 months ago, a year ago, you never would have noticed before. You are wide open right now to receive. So make sure that anything coming in, if you really think about it, you have to think, because when we're this open as you are, things don't just come from upper vibrations. They come from lower as well to attack and bring us back down to where human beings are supposed to be, right? From where we start off, third dimensional thought and thinking only. Make sure that any decisions that you make right now are being made from the higher perspective, okay? Not from the lower one of ego, vanity, and things like that. Okay, so take everyone involved into consideration before you open your mouth to speak or before you act. Do you see what I mean? Why it's hard for me for a 1-minute reading? Who's next? Thanks, Gemma.
Cindy Norris, Mama Cindy.
Mama Cindy. So I'm almost done with my book about black-eyed kids. And I'm going Paranormal Highway. Maybe we can get together sometime soon. I'm also looking to go on Michigan Paranormal, because I'm going to do giveaways like I did on Long Island Bigfoot Show. I think they were a big hit, brought a lot of people in, and I got to get rid of some of my inventory. So looking forward to that. I also found a few copies of book 2. So if you guys don't have that, let me know. I always tell you guys, like, my love language is gift giving. It's a part of it. I love sending boxes out. I love sending things out. I just sent Miss Lara a beautiful box. I hope that she likes it. I forgot to put one of the candles I bought in there from everybody in the stream, Ghostdragonzw and I. Paranormal Highway, awesome. I'll get in touch with you privately about that, because I love coming on your show. I have so much fun. I want to come back on Long Island Bigfoot. He and I are going to explore my backyard basically in a few weeks, maybe even a little bit more than a week, and we're going to get that done. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I've got to start putting myself out there more. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. He said you bring beauty to my show. Okay, Mama Cindy, listen. I don't know what your reading was last week, but I'm sorry that it made you worry all week. The readings are meant to make you aware, make you aware of certain things that may be going on. I hope that doesn't happen again, because like that actually makes me sad that you would be worried about it. But I understand why. Trust me, because I've gotten some messages, same thing happened to me. But I want you to understand that the reason is just to make you more aware of what could happen if you're not careful. If it's supposed to just be like an advice type thing. It's not a definite circumstance thing. Circumstances can change in the snap of a finger. Okay, snap of a finger. So it's not a definite guaranteed. It's like what you could possibly be expecting, and you would know probably how to avoid it. Dargo, please do that. Text me, because I keep all my addresses in one little book. And I rewrote all the addresses a little bit neater and a little bit more in better order recently. And I ended up writing like Jules's address. I wrote wrong. I forgot one of the numbers, and I sent her something, and it cost tons of money to send, and not tons of money, but it costs some money to send, and now I don't know where the heck the thing is. So please let me have your actual address. Yes, Dargo, congratulations. That is awesome. My ultimate dream is to buy my own house. All right, Mama Cindy, I am using myths and mermaids, okay? Gemma's reading gives me a heads up. Yeah, that's, I mean, I guess I can count on one hand a few times where I was like actually nervous for the person, or like I knew they were going to be stressed. But the problem is I can't censor the reading. Sometimes I want to. You guys have seen me sweating in here like, oh, I don't want to say that. But I have to. So hopefully we'll get some clarity for you, Cindy. Microcosm Sea Monsters, card number 35. A melancholy maiden clutches an alchemical flask. Beside her sits her ultimate creation, a microcosmic world of swirling seas and raging monsters. She is uneasy, however, and expends all of her energy containing the world. Divination message: be careful bottling up your inner demons. On the outside, you're calm, but inside, you're hiding tumultuous emotions. You are wasting a great deal of energy keeping these incensed monsters contained. You are wasting your faculties trying to make everything appear okay on the surface when really you are hurting internally. Resolve what's inside of you. Make peace with your past so that you can move forward with goodness and light in your heart. Know that it is within your power to make changes to yourself, but only slowly and with great effort. Take steps to change what you can and make peace with what you cannot. When your interior finally reflects your exterior, you will at last be ready to face the world. The antithesis of this, which I read both because they're pretty short, create greater privacy for yourself. You need more privacy in your life. You're too open, too exposed, and you share too much of your emotion in the most public of forms. Hi, pot, this is the kettle. You're black. Spend some time focusing inwards rather than outwards. Keep a few secrets out of the public eye and rejoice in them privately. So, okay, this is obviously twofold, right? The first thing here, Cindy, is there is something I feel like from your past that's creeping up on you. So this, I feel like this is more emotional though. So this is either someone coming back that you were very, very emotionally connected with, or more so what I'm seeing. I mean, that's always a possibility. That's an option. More so what I'm seeing is you are struggling with either something you did, something that was done to you, something you said, something that was said to you. There is something here where like there was no closure and amends was never made. And it's getting to the point where you don't even realize that whatever this is, it has it replays in your mind, is affecting your daily, everyday, day-to-day life. I do feel like you need some privacy, but I'll tell you why. It's not so much what the card said. It's like, first of all, you need to take a step back, look inward, look at the people around you, and see if you're holding any grudges that you may not even be aware of. Right? Like you may just like every time so-and-so walks into the room, you're suddenly agitated. Think about why that is. Because if you try to keep pretending like everything's okay in whatever this situation is or with whoever this person is, you're going to end up exploding. You are only human, even if it's in a case of reactive abuse. So be on the lookout for someone coming in from your past or past hurts popping up, and deal with them as best you can right away. Do not be like, oh, that's in the past. That happened 15 years ago. I'm over that. There's a reason that it's coming up and it's starting to get to you. As far as privacy, do not tell anyone, at least just for this next week or two. Any new ideas that you may have, what you're from the smallest thing to the hugest secret. There's someone in your orbit who is going to repeat the secret that you're telling. I don't see them doing it maliciously. Like, it's not a snake in your grass. It's not someone that's like, oh, finally my turn to get her back. It's someone who just is careless, and they care more about being the center of attention while they're spilling juicy gossip than they do of keeping that secret for you. So please keep all of your ideas and thoughts to yourself. All of this emotional stuff that you're going through, the only person you should be discussing that with is the other person or other people if they're involved. If you have a really good idea, if you get a really great download, keep it to yourself in the next 2 weeks. There is also someone who is going to be trying to steal that idea from you and claim it as their own. I don't know what you do for a living. I don't know, I don't know you personally, but there is someone here that is, they look up to you. They think you're super smart, but there's a green-eyed monster jealousy aspect to that where they would love to see you fail, because if you didn't exist, they would be on top. Now, this could be a personal thing. It could be a thing with your job. It could literally be anything. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the next week or two you will, and I really hope that helps. And Edna says, I heard an interesting take on shadow people from a native healer, that the shadow person is our own negative feelings. What do you guys think? Okay. I've heard that too. I've actually heard that shadow entities are a manifestation of whatever the energy is in the space that they're taking up. I believe that to a degree. I believe there are so many different types of shadow entities. I talked about them in, most of them in my book, and there are even like more. There's like what I talked about in my book and counting. I do believe that that's a real possibility, that we are creating them, or they're being bred and born out of the negativity around us. Because some people have had good experiences with shadow people. It doesn't happen often, but some people have had good experiences with them. And I feel like that could just be that they turned the negative energy into something positive. I definitely believe they're bottom feeders, though, and they will always scare the crap out of me. What do you think about that, Ghost Dragons?
Oh, I just said what I thought. It does happen, and it's very possible. I've seen it happen to people where their negativity has literally brought shadow people. They created them out of just pure. One guy, it was just pure anger. He was always angry about.
Well, either that or they're attracted to it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's either two. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's either two ways. When it comes to that particular type of shadow person, either it's created out of anger or negativity, period, or they sense it and they come and feed off of it.
The lower vibrational stuff. Yeah. Whether it's anger, it could be depression even. It's like the lower vibrational, the feeling and the emotion, the better. And she said another thing he said is that they definitely feed off of our fear. Yes, that is 100%. There's one type of shadow entity that I've been researching into. I researched into it a little bit for my book, but my research doesn't stop with my books or my videos. I research for fun. It's kind of what I do in my spare time. I can't help it. I feel like there is one type of shadow person that it's just something on another plane. The ones that like they just pass by you and they have no idea that you're there. They seem to not even notice you. I feel like
third ones I see. The
I
ones
feel
I
like
can't
yes,
picture,
we're seeing just a glimpse into a different dimension really fast, and they're coming up as shadow people, and we're coming up as shadow people to them. So I do think it's a dimensional thing. And I also think there are entities from our future, from other planets, from other realms, whatever the case may be, who cannot physically land, as I like to put it, here. Not meaning they can't step here or literally land here. They can't fully vibrate here, and they end up looking like shadow. But I do know that, aside from those two exceptions, 100% of the time they are feeding off of negativity. And if you force yourself in the heat of that moment to start laughing, it will leave immediately. Baby UFO, listen, if you have to leave early and you want a reading, let me know, okay? Because I want to make sure everyone gets a reading, especially the people who are in here all the time. So if Johnny Yuma, like I said, when he comes back in, let's read for him right away. And Dr. J-Man also, I forgot, I think he's at work on Wednesday night. So when he came in, I wasn't thinking. So
that's right.
Want to make sure everyone gets read for. Who's next?
One quick. Eric, that's a bummer. I've got a hearing issue in one ear too. But mine's Tourette's. I got a form of movement Tourette's, just so you know. That's what, and it's done damage over the years physically. So I have to go and keep certain eyes on things. So, okay. Now your next person is Mark Hofstetter.
Cindy said, yeah, I know who and what you're talking about, but honestly, it's best to keep that person in the past. My brother. Yeah, no. And that's definitely what the card was saying. Keep him in the past. if he tries to show up, I don't know if he's on this plane or not, but if he tries to show up, the best thing to do is like cut that snake off at the head, right? You don't want to give him any in. It's hard to not be compassionate, just as human beings in general, even with people that have hurt us. And a lot of light workers, yourself included, myself included, pretty much all of us in here are compassionate to a fault, where people will do horrible things to us and we are totally fine pretending that it didn't ever happen so that the other person is comfortable because they don't want to talk about what they did. That's not acceptable. If something is coming up that was done to you by your brother, work through it yourself. If he's not a person you can go to, don't talk, at least in the next week or two, about it with too many people, because there is someone who, like I said, they're not doing it on purpose, but they can't resist a juicy piece of gossip to go and repeat. It'll get back to your brother. It'll start a drama. And like, we don't need that. No, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm sorry. Who did you say was next? And we got to read for Paranormal Highway before he leaves as well.
Okay. Right now it's Mark Halstead.
Sir Mark.
Hello, Black Dragon.
Black Dragon. Mark, I'm going to use the magic of you. Semper Fi. Cynthia Prince, hi.
Oh, Josephine, if you're listening, you're coming up, hon. We're gonna do slow motion, then we're gonna do you, then we're gonna do Paranormal Highway. If that's okay.
So right now it's Mark, then slow motion, then Josephine, then Paranormal Highway.
Yes.
So I went to, hi Rob S. I went to my doctor appointment on Tuesday and the counselor was like, why do you look different? I was like, because my gemstones and subscribers told me that I looked younger without eyebrows and eyeliner. And she's like, this is your look. This is it. And she was so serious about it. She was like really serious about that. Rob S., if you're new and this is your first time ever in the chat, let us know. And if you want a reading, let us know, because we won't make you wait. Sometimes the wait is hours. But if you're brand new, if you're fresh, then we will bump you up. But there's not that many people in here right now anyway. Okay, Mark Halstead's card number 23, my personal favorite number, Panacea. That list comes in every time. Panacea. There is a solution, sir, for every problem. All right, let's see. When a situation, person, or thing appears to tie you down and hold you back, at the same time, there's the blessing of an opportunity for a solution and rebirth of that particular situation. The maiden on the card floats along, her feet not even touching the ground. This image conveys that day-to-day events in the grand scheme of her life are not holding her down or back. The rope and the rock on one foot might slow her, but the snake, an ancient symbol of the goddess, on the other, is simultaneously rebirthing her. When Panacea appears, allow a situation to transform and rebirth. In fact, expect that it will. Why don't you just reach down and untie the knot yourself? It's loose. Why are you slow to relinquish the sense of being weighed down? Why are you holding back your own magnificence? When we feel circumstances are limiting us, we should consider that maybe we are fearful of change, of being all that we could be. This card also represents the proven limitations of the patriarchal system and mindset, and how the goddess is surely rising as the snake-clad foot floats higher. Rise above petty squabbles, Mark, and situations that would see the divine feminine suppressed. Honor the divine feminine in your life. The indigo blue flowers speak of eternal wisdom, the wisdom a child is born with and then forgets. Simplify things. Remember, you were born knowing. Let your life grow. It's time to let go of your fears and explore the next adventure. So, okay. Here's the thing. All right, Rob, I got you. You'll be up in just a few minutes, so hang tight. And thank you for coming in. I really do appreciate it. Mark, here's the thing, and I can relate, right? When I first started YouTube, when I first started writing, I was really nervous, even with doing shorts. And I came to the conclusion one night in stream that I wasn't afraid of failure. I was afraid of success, because I didn't know what success felt like anymore. And I didn't know what success looked like anymore. My life had become so bleak in my addiction and everything that I went through there, that I didn't realize that, I know it sounds cliche, but that greatness did in fact and does in fact lie in me. And that's not me being braggadocious. It's just me understanding that I am a being of light, and abundance and blessing are my birthright as a human, just like they are yours. I feel like even though you're weighed down with a lot of physical illness and issues in your life that so many of us as light workers face, there could be an opportunity for you to step outside of your comfort zone in the next week or two. And the universe is saying, please take that opportunity. The first thing that's going to come to your mind is, I can't do that. Like, why would someone even ask me to do that? Change that thought to, I'm going to see if I can try because it sounds like darn fun, or something like that. Okay. Try to make the most of any opportunities that come along, especially in the next week or two, because they are going to lead you down a path of enlightenment, of remembering a lot of the things that we forgot at birth. I always tell you guys were all born with the same abilities that I was. I just happened to retain some of it, and I didn't retain all of it. I don't have every ability on the planet. Getting back to that place of remembering your soul contract. And listen, guys, when we remember our contracts and what our divine purpose, our destiny in this lifetime is, that doesn't necessarily mean that we remember up here, or like we're actively thinking about it. It means our soul has connected with a part of it. We are now on that path, and we are unstoppable. Okay. And eventually we'll realize, oh crap, I was meant to be doing this. So it's not an instantaneous, hello, I I'm on my path now. Now I remember charting my path in the fifth dimension with my soulmates and all this. No, your soul will recognize it though, and you will be pulled in a specific direction without ever humanly understanding why, until you get to the end point. Special K, hey pretty lady, yes ma'am, we must be in tune with Mother Earth and be grounded. I wanted to ask you guys a question. I never saw this before. And slow motion, I'm going to use the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous deck for you. I've never heard of this before, but I've been seeing them a lot. They're called grounding mats. Yeah, we are missing Smoochie, but sometimes she stumbles in late. Have you guys heard of grounding mats, and do they work? I mean, allegedly it's a way to ground while inside your house. So, like if you can't go outside or whatever. Slow motion. All right, Dargo, make sure you come back, babe. Because I don't want to spend $36 on a grounding mat and then have it be like a piece of poop product that, I wasted my time on. Although if I order from Temu, they'll just give me my money back. No questions asked. Oh, beautiful card. Slow motion. You got the Sphinx. What are with all of these S's? Sarah swears by hers, and so do lots of my classmates. Okay, I'm going to try one out, and I will let you guys know through a short and through stream how it works. Slow motion, card number 40. It is a dangerous card, and it's the card of gratification. Where are we with Mike Roberts? Anybody heard from him? Oh, thank you, Rob. I didn't realize when I ordered them that they're Batman. But, thank you so much. It's fake. Don't buy it. From the only skeptic in the room.
I sent a text to him and it came back to me. It said didn't go through. So
a text. Oh, Mike. Yeah, he was using a bat phone. Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. So we're there. I'll divine something and figure out what's going on, but I don't know if I'd share it because maybe he wouldn't want me to. Okay. Slow motion, mark your successes, use your intellect, be wise, and as such, know that you can't know it all. Be curious. You don't always need to expect to receive something immediately. Take your time to do things well. Delayed gratification can build character and achieve big goals. Guard what is integral to you. Everything that annoys or irritates you about someone tells us a lot about ourselves. The mythos of the Sphinx carries right through the ancient world of Greece, Egypt, and Asia. Her appearance, though, doesn't change much and features the head of a human, falcon, cat, or sheep, and the body of a lion with the wings of a falcon. In the Greek myth, the Sphinx, a child of Typhon, is male or female, I think it said. Where are we? Now I'm lost. Has the head of a man and was considered benevolent and protective, guarding entrances to important buildings like temples. The famous Great Sphinx of Giza in Egypt is the image most people know of the Sphinx, and in this case, unusually, the features of the Sphinx face appear to be that of the pharaoh Khafre. We unfortunately have no reliable archaeological evidence of why this may be so, or even any evidence concerning the erection of such a prominent statue, so this is a mystery for now. In Southeast Asia, the man lions that often sit at the doorways of temples are said to take away the sins of visiting devotees and protect them while they pray. Perhaps the most famous myth regarding the Sphinx is the Greek version, which is the story of the deathly riddles. The Sphinx guards the entrance to the great city of Thebes and only lets travelers through if they answer correctly. Then later she begins to strangle and devour anyone who does not know the answers. People are wary about entering at all, and the Sphinx is gratified at being fed so many people who simply do not pass her test. The riddle is this: which creature has one voice and yet becomes 4-footed and 2-footed and 3-footed? Eventually, it is Oedipus who manages to work out the answer. Man, who crawls on all fours as a baby, then walks on 2 feet as an adult, and then uses a walking stick in old age. The Sphinx is enraged and decides to ask him a second riddle, knowing full well that if he fails, she's just going to kill him. There are 2 sisters. One gives birth to the other, and she, in turn, gives birth to the first. Who are the sisters, she asks. Oedipus takes his time, but answers day and night. He's correct, and he's not killed. Shamed and devastated that she has no gratification and no hope of recovering her reputation, the Sphinx throws herself from the high rocks and perishes. That'll show her. Plant companion, acacia, and crystal companion, beryl. I say this every single time, but I still do not know what beryl is. I don't know. What does it look like? What is it? I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So slow motion. I feel like you could be in the next week or two, or you're going through it right now where you're not taking yourself seriously enough. Okay. So maybe some opportunities come in. And it doesn't have to be, when I say opportunity, it doesn't mean like a job opportunity. I mean, it could be the opportunity for a relationship, the opportunity to go bungee jumping because it's something you always wanted to do. Right. I was going to say to visit Ireland because that's my one of my life goals, but you live in Ireland, so that wouldn't make sense. To travel somewhere or whatever it is that you're like, you're not giving yourself enough credit, and you're not giving yourself enough recognition that you are able to do basically whatever it is that you want right now. I'm getting a little bit of a, just give me a second, guys. I feel like you're not putting enough faith in yourself. Okay. The universe is showing me right now where you have this, either this great plan or this great idea or this amazing opportunity to do something really special to you, really meaningful to you, whether it benefits the collective or others around you. It doesn't matter. You're not harming anyone, but it's like you think that it's nonsense. Like you're not giving yourself enough room to breathe or move when exploring your life right now. It's like you have these set goals, and this is the way you're going to achieve them. And you're going to do A, B, C, D, E, and F, and you're never going to veer from that course, or you're completely directionless. It's one of 2 things here, slow motion. And the universe is saying you have to be able to bend. You have to be able to give the universe, room to move, room to work in your life, room to breathe, right? And take chances. I am worried as it will be my first soul companion. Okay, I missed that. But I feel like if you could put as much faith in yourself as you have doubt, like if you can turn all that doubt into faith and just trust the universe that your spirit team has your back, you are going to be right where you're meant to be. You are walking directly towards where your life path begins. You're not quite there yet, but you're getting there, you're going there. But I feel like you're so hesitant because you don't believe in yourself enough. And the universe is saying like, okay, we've been patient. Like, hi, your spirit team up here. We've been very patient, Mr. Slow Motion, but now is the time to poop or get off the pot. And getting off the pot is not an option. You must poop. Do what you got to do, man, and trust that you have everything you need to be able to do it. Do not give up on yourself. There you go. Paranormal Highway has faith in you. I have faith in you. Whatever this is, and I didn't see the chat, you got this. If you didn't have it, the universe would not be offering it to you. And I think that's what a lot of us don't understand. When we fail, it has nothing to do with the universe or our soul path. It has to do with us not believing in ourselves enough or needing to learn a lesson. This is not a lesson that you need to learn like of failure. Okay. This is going to be, whatever it is, a success. Always believe, faith all the way. Absolutely. Total has faith in you. We all have faith in you. So take all that collective faith, honey, and you know, let it out. Let it all hang out. Who's next? You did tell me, but Josephine, right?
Yep.
Josephine, I'm going to use the signs of the times. I enjoy doing the on-the-fly readings with this deck because I'm very comfortable with this deck now because I use it. So what is slow motion? Slow motion, would you repeat what that was? I didn't see it. All right, Miss Josephine Van Dam. Succulents. It's the card of resilience. Card number 38. Mainly recognized as common houseplants. Oh, you're getting the puppy. Listen, have faith in yourself, okay? I will say, though, I'm thinking that it's something different, okay? There is another opportunity coming in because I would have seen animal or human companion and I didn't. So just build yourself up with the puppy, right? And all of this, I don't know if I cans are going to turn into I got this, and do that with whatever the other opportunity is too. Iron Zorger, what's up? Mainly recognized as common houseplants, succulents are also known for thriving in difficult conditions. They store water in their leaves, stems, and roots, which allows them to thrive long after they've been tended. This card represents, Josephine, the long-term planning, tenacity, and endurance it takes to develop resilience. Take advantage of your own inner reserves of mental and physical resilience in challenging times to remain calm and collected in the face of crisis and confusion. When you tap into this reserve, you are gaining valuable skills and learning important lessons about your own limits. This is also the energy of longevity and wanting something long-lasting. Set your intentions for a career, relationship, or situation you'd like to see in the long run. Keep striving for what has been placed on your heart. Stay healthy by watering yourself with love and care. Despite everything you have endured thus far, you still continue to bloom. Additional meanings: enduring love, discovering your inner strength, good fortune is coming your way, current endeavors will be long-lasting, growth sparked by adversity, receiving a gift, and making future plans. So, Josephine, listen, this is real. This is a really good card, okay? This card is saying that every bad thing you've been through, okay, every toxic environment you've been in, every disappointment, broken promise, and that narcissistic piece of poop that you were dealing with a few months ago, as long as that person isn't in your life anymore, you are growing, learning, thriving, and changing. Even if they are, they're not going to last very long, because let me tell you something, you are on your divine path. Your soul has recognized where you are as compared to where you need to be and what needs to be done to get there. I want you to not feel sorry for yourself. I want you to not put yourself down. I want you to look in the mirror every morning and tell yourself that you are a rock star and you've got this, because let me tell you something, you are the type of person who is going to gain the most growth through adversity. And it stinks that that has to happen, okay? It stinks that we have to go through these things, but guess what? We're all having human experiences. Josephine, do not let this toxic person back into your life physically. Like, don't let them back in, but more specifically, especially in the next week or two, honey, stop letting them back in up here. Okay. I feel like you're overthinking way too much about things that have been said to you to put you down. And when we hear things like that enough, we either start to believe them or we understand where it's coming from and we start to pull away. It's one or the other. We get dragged down or we build up and we get that person out. Okay. There's an opportunity coming in. Don't ask other people for advice. This is not something to ask other people about, whether it be a career, a relationship, a move, something like getting a puppy. It doesn't matter. Josephine, make this decision on your own and make it good. Goodings Auto. Well, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Make it all on your own and stand by it. Make the decision once after some careful consideration, and understand you are not the same person you were a month ago, a week ago, a year ago. You are brand new every single day, and you've got this. I believe in you. Raymond, welcome back. So who was next? I forgot. Paranormal Highway or Rob S. or Raymond? Because I believe Raymond's new too.
Possibly. I think they were here last week, but they had to leave or something. But yeah, we'll get them in.
The
Okay.
Dog Man UK man, what's up? So awesome. Hey, Paradox, and anyone else that I missed.
Okay, next is Paranormal Highway.
Paranormal Highway.
Mm-hmm.
Paranormal Highway, Eric, I'm going to use Aether Creatures. Val, welcome, sweetie. Like I said, anyone I missed while I was reading, I'm just channeling. So, oh, you've been lurking on me, huh? Pisces Sun, a fellow Pisces. Nice. Freaky Geek. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. That Long Island Bigfoot. What am I going to do with him? The best people in this community. I consider them my coworkers, my friends, you guys, my friends, my family. Thank you, Long Island Bigfoot. All right, so let me turn this around, and this is Paranormal Highway. You got the Huangzan. Look, I'll just read it, okay? I mean, I'll just show it. Huangzan, I think it's called. And you got it in the shadow, upside down position. It's card number 40. If Huangzan appeared to you in reverse, unfortunately, you are either being taken advantage of at this time or at risk of being taken advantage of. The weasel holds both the shadow and the light relative to taking advantage. If Huangzan appears in reverse, it is the shadow side. Whoever is taking advantage may even have hidden negative intentions. They may be acting friendly and telling you everything you want to hear, only to stab you in the back later. Huangzan comes to you with the intention of foiling this occurrence before it happens. He has come to flush out the hidden danger from its underground cover. If Huangzan has appeared in reverse, be very careful, Eric, who you trust at this time. It's likely that you're relying on someone to act in your best interest when it is a guarantee that they will not do so. The weasel sends messages of imminent danger to other animals in the animal kingdom. In this case, Huangzan is sending this message to you. Take notice of this warning and heighten your perceptions. If push comes to shove, just trust your instincts. Be very stealthy in your approach to this situation. It's important to use keen perception to discern and separate those whom you can trust from those whom you cannot trust in your life. Use the medicine of Huangzan to identify those who are not genuine so as to prevent your self-injury, as well as to discern and identify those who are genuine so as to keep them close. Aussie Sue, oh my gosh, all these new people. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in. If you all want readings and you want to stick around and give it a little time, just let us know. All right, so Eric, needed to hear that. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you know who this person is or who these people are, okay? I feel like you've been trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. You've been trying to push your instincts down and convince yourself, like, no, they wouldn't do that. They're not. I don't want to believe that this person is using me for something, trying to use me for something, trying to manipulate me. This person is just bad for you all around. They are lower vibrational. They have not come into awakening yet. I don't like their energy. It's, honestly, I'd be cursing right now if I wasn't on YouTube, if I were allowed to. Yeah. So if you know who this person or these people are, please step away from them immediately. Whether you want to confront them and be like, hey, I know what you're doing, or I know what you said behind my back, or whatever the case may be, that is up to you. But regardless of how you do it, get away from them, because they are going to cause you pain. They're going to cause you to lose something, to fail at something, to second guess yourself about something. They're going to steal your ideas. They're just bad all around, Eric. And if you know who they are, listen, I love giving people the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to believe that, I want to believe that everyone has the same heart that I have, and nobody's out to hurt me, because I'd never be out to hurt anybody. But guess what? The world doesn't work that way. You have to get away from this person or these people. Otherwise, you're going to lose. You're going to lose, either money, or you're going to lose friends. You're going to lose faith. You are going to lose. You guys are so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Who's next?
Rob, you just did paranormal, right?
Yes.
Okay, Rob S. And then we'll try to fit the new people in as I go. That way,
Yeah, no,
there
that's
are
fine.
people that have been waiting, so I'm going to try to slide them in as we go.
Mm-hmm. You got this. You're very, very welcome so much. Angel Song, welcome, and anyone else that I missed. So Freaky Geek said something, and it's interesting, because when I was reading for Josephine, I was like, whether they physically come back in or they're going to come back in up here. That's the phrase that ran through my mind for Josephine. Don't let people live rent-free in your head. And Freaky Geek continues with, next time you see toxic folks that do this, ask for back rent payment. And, it's so true. It's they're taking up space. We're wasting and expending all of this energy on them that could be put to something good and great and useful in our lives. And it's really hard to come to the realization that not everybody has the same heart as us. Most of us, for the most part, with where we are now in our lives, will go out of our way to help someone. So when it looks like someone's going out of their way to help us, a lot of us are hesitant, though, and for good reason. This is why. Donna C., welcome. Holy smokes. Interesting. Thank you. It's not me, though. This is not my advice. I'm channeling from source, and I pull in the spirit team of the person that I'm reading for. So I'm only the messenger. Yes, he's got this under control. You said Rob S. Okay, Rob S. Rob S., let's do the shapeshifter. Black Dragon, I got you. All right, this is for Rob S. Yeah, so thank you, Long Island Bigfoot. When you guys come in, all you have to do is say hello or something. Whatever you say is to let us know that you're here so we can see you. Ghost Dragons will put you on a list, and then we just go through. It's like first come, first serve. If you're new and it's your first ever time in here, then we will fit you in so you don't have to wait so long for your very first time. Like sometimes if there's not a lot of people, you'll be right away. Other times you have to wait a little while, but some people come in and they wait over an hour. And we don't like to let the newer people do that, because we want you guys to get a taste of what it's like. So if you came in and you like a reading, just hang tight. We'll get you in as soon as possible. Lots came from Long Island Bigfoot. Yeah, I believe he just told them to come here. All right. Oh, thank you, Miss Special K. She says, this channel is amazing. Please like it like it's hot. Like it like it's hot. Rob S., you got the Frog Princess. Heed wise counsel and listen. Thank you, Miss Lara. Yes. Yes, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Card number 21. Guys, don't forget my PayPal and Cash App are, I think, in the description box too. And the Amazon wishlist gift link. Just saying. But I do appreciate it. And I appreciate all you guys being here too. This is so cool. My first Friday night. I've been streaming on Wednesdays this stream for years, and I recently had to change this week. So it makes me feel good that not only are my regulars coming in, but more people as well. Okay, Rob S. We often believe we know much more than we truly do. There's always a time when the right thing to acknowledge is, I just don't know. There's no shame in that or in having a strong, resilient, and rather undercover advisor who hides her credentials. Your advisor will not necessarily wear a suit or have the robes of a guru, but he will be able to clarify things for you right away. At this time, release your attachment to your own situation. No matter how exalted and wise you are said to be, you must listen to advice from a wise and somewhat unexpected source. Frog Princess speaks. No matter how well informed or educated I am, I know it always serves me to heed wise counsel. Therefore, I have sent you my own wise advisor, this handsome little green frog. People may wonder why you have such a different energy around you when the wise counselor frog visits. This is because you are receiving profound guidance and no longer accept at face value what others tell you is best to do. With his presence, you will be able to see the possible ramifications of the suggestions and advice being given to you by people who are keeping their true motivations secret. Most people have an agenda, and many times they are not open about what they desire. I see a theme forming tonight. Instead, they will tell you what they want you to do is good for you. It's good for them too. And the counselor frog will, like Merlin to Arthur, tell you what's really going on and offer you truly healthy advice that has your best interests at heart. Rob, look out for the color green and notice if it rains. They are signs my counselor is with you. It's not the time to do what your heart, mind, or any other part of yourself tells you to do. It's time to listen to what an established authority has to tell you. No matter how much people try to persuade you that you know best, and no matter how much you believe that, the frog appearing to you here tells you that there is wise counsel around, and it's worth staying quiet, listening to what is suggested by others, then talking it through with a trusted advisor. Advisor. I don't know why I said that. Advisor. It is not the time to think it over yourself because you are missing very important points and there is something you're not seeing clearly. The more you listen, the more productive, healthy, and true your actions will be. It does not matter what you think you know. There's more to learn. Listen to wise counsel, no matter how important you are. Yes, Aussie Sue, absolutely. You're already on the list, and we'll get you in as soon as possible because you are new. So, yeah, Miss Lara, again, thank you. Long Island Bigfoot, Jules, whoever else I didn't see. I don't remember. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for the donations, guys, and for showing up. So, Rob, there's a situation that I feel like you're ready to do something about, right? Maybe you've been putting it on ice. It's something you don't want to deal with, or maybe, thank you, Long Island Bigfoot. Maybe just something that you don't want to accept. Okay, there's something happening that you are trying very hard not to have to deal with, or that at least that you were. You are the best. Thank you so much. It's kind of like, I'll just use this as the silly example. I'm not saying that anyone's cheating on you. I'm just using this as an example. It's like, your significant other is cheating, but the ramifications of that are so huge that you just pretend like you don't know. Right? Because you haven't actually been presented with photographic evidence. So you can't really prove it and you may or may not be happening, but it's like, that's something that you should know, that you should take seriously and act upon. And it's the same type of situation. It's like, you just don't want to accept or acknowledge that whatever this is happening. And therefore you are not in a position to be able to make a fair, educated, well-rounded, and fully informed decision on this thing. So if you have a best friend or a parent, it doesn't matter who it is, somebody that you trust implicitly, that you would trust with your life, go to them for advice on this one. And they may be able to clear things up. But the fact of the matter is, you should not be waiting any longer. Whatever this is has gone on for so long that it's actually going to start affecting you in ways that you may not even notice. You have to act on this. You have to either confront the person, and understand when I say confront, I mean confront with kindness, love, and dignity. I never mean be confrontational and like rude and rowdy, because again, it's not me, it's the universe, your team. Please don't put this decision or this whatever it is off much longer, because you're going to end up losing out big time. But again, because you don't know for a fact everything that's going on, you can't make a well-informed decision. You kind of have to trust the person you trust most right now. If you have no one that you can think of that you trust, okay? If you're religious, talk to God or Jesus. If you're not religious, that's fine too. Just talk to the universe, talk to your higher self, talk to your guides. They are here now. They are giving me this information. They are there, but you have to call them in. They can't interfere otherwise. If you suspect something's going on behind your back, if you suspect, Rob, that someone is keeping something from you, your instinct is right on, and that is happening. Yes, thank you. I do them myself, usually every week. I kept them off for 2 weeks, guys, because they were ripping and peeling, and they were just, all right, who's next?
Tracy
Slow motion,
Tritton.
can I enjoy your puppy? Miss Tritton?
Yes.
They called me on that. They're like, you always do a hard T except when it comes to Tracy Tritton. And I'm like, but sometimes it doesn't sound right. It doesn't fit. Tracy Tritton. Thank you, Miss Paranormal Pixie. Thank you. Thank you. I am a physical medium and a channeler. I will say this, guys, and I don't say it to brag. It's just for clarification. Like, I've never had someone tell me I was wrong. They might say in the beginning, like, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. No, wrong. And then 2 weeks later, I've had people come back and be like, oops, you were definitely right. And I say that just to make you guys feel better that, like, I do know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a really long time, and it's my passion. I love reading Oracle. I could do it without the cards, but the cards make it so much more fun. All right, I'm using the Healing Heart Oracle for Miss Tritton. Guys, don't forget, if you have to leave for any reason early, let us know, and we'll do our best to fit you in. We've got a lot of extra people tonight, which I am so excited about. Tracy, you got card number 36, Forgiving Heart. Don't let the past imprison you in the present. And you did get it in the reverse shadow position. So place your hands. Oh, nope, that's not it. Dear heart, as much as you have experienced a crushing sting of suffering and torment, the time has come to slowly and steadily let go of the pain. Tracy, forgiveness doesn't mean that the callous treatment you experienced was justified. However, healing means that you can learn much from the past pain and give yourself permission to move forward with a newfound wisdom and understanding. Forgiveness asks you to no longer harbor or feed old painful trauma, but instead move forward with more kindness towards yourself and others. Stop letting the past imprison you in the present. If you can't forgive the perpetrator of your suffering, then at least stop blaming yourself for putting yourself into a hostile situation, allegedly. If you are the one who carries guilt and grief about something you think you have done, then take any possible steps to ask for forgiveness from someone else. Truly demonstrate to another that you have learned from the past and can be trustworthy in the present and the future. I definitely, yeah, guys, if you subscribed, even better. Thank you so much. I do pre-recorded videos. I do a lot. I do appreciate it. I really do. Watching my channel grow is like my baby. Tracy, I do feel like it's you that's been wronged here. Or a hurt, and I don't know if somebody did this to you purposefully, because I haven't had a chance to talk with you yet. But somebody definitely did some pretty severe emotional damage. What's up, Eris? So I feel like you have to understand forgiveness doesn't always have to equal reconciliation. Okay, Tracy. So when you forgive someone, it's for you. It's so that you can let go of that pain and start to heal. And that doesn't mean that it's instantaneous healing and it's not going to hurt anymore. But it does mean that you can finally let go and start looking around and learning the lessons to make sure it doesn't happen again. Everything that you've gone through for a reason, to make you a better, brighter, and stronger human being. And I know that sounds very, very cliche, but the fact of the matter is it's the truth. And the minute you can look at the situation, even though you were the one that's hurt, okay, and this is a really hard thing to grasp, but once you really understand this as true and think this way all the time, for the most part, it's like you've got this. You've got such a special gift, right? Even when you're the one that's wronged, in an unbiased and non-judgmental way, take a step back and see what you may have done to have caused some of it. That's a bad way to put it. What role did you play in it? If you are truly an innocent, then all the more reason for you to put this crap behind you. If you lost something, if you lost out on something, like if you lost money, if you lost the ability to see someone you love, just have faith and trust in the universe that if you truly are in the right and you have been wrong, the universe will offer justice, but not until it sees you've offered forgiveness, even if you don't come out and say it to the other person or people. You have to really, really feel it and experience it and live it in your heart and in your life. Then the universe will start going about moving people, places, and things all around, like the chess pieces on a chessboard, in order to right the wrongs that have been done to you. But you have to learn the lessons so that you do not repeat the same mistakes, like letting this person back into your life, right? No questions asked. We don't want to do that. We have the right to ask questions. We have the right to not only set boundaries, but to enforce them as well. And I say it every week without fail. It is so, so easy for light workers, energy workers, healers like ourselves in this community to state what our boundaries are. But when it comes to enforcing them, we have a really hard time. We don't feel we have the right, or we feel like we're being overbearing or too much. Well, guess what? You're not. Be selfish. Yes, self-care is not selfish. It's not. And unfortunately, I know at least my generation and the generations before me, we were taught that putting ourselves first is wrong. It's selfish. It's the most horrible thing you can do. And, that's not true. It's actually the best thing we can do for ourselves in our lives, and for everyone around us. Who's after Miss Tracy?
Raymond.
Raymond, great name.
No, she doesn't have Discord.
So Raymond, I do not have Discord. What I normally do if someone wants to talk to me like more privately, and I was just going to say to Special K, email me, please. My email is GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. And normally I give my number and then I'll text with people. And like, I don't have like a ton of time, but I always respond to texts and I hardly ever respond to emails. So it's just easier for me to do that with the one phone number that I have, and I give that to people. And then I want to become friends with people, and I want to get to know people, and I want to connect with people because I'm a hermit in my own reality. So yeah, just email me and we could definitely talk. Yeah, Pisces, nice. I don't meet a lot of Pisces in general, but I meet even less Pisces men. So Pisces sun, I'm a Libra moon and an Aries rising. I have kind of a unique chart. Okay, so Raymond, we are going to do the Wonderland Oracle for you. That is my baby's name, my baby boy. Yeah, I keep telling you in the comments, I'm like, email me. You know what? Tracy, honey, we'll get there, I promise. Johnny Yuma, welcome. Roger Blair, really is all about the chart, because like the first impression you make on people is actually not your sun sign. So when people meet me, they don't know that I'm a Pisces usually. They usually think I'm an Aries, because the first impression you make on people is your rising sign, your ascendant. Your moon sign, which mine is Libra, is how you behave with like your mother, your inner emotions that you really keep to yourself, the person who you truly are. And your sun sign is like your goals, your aspiration, and what's in your heart and your spirit. Saggy. Yeah, and this says, I wish my male friends took as good care of themselves as they do their vehicles. Oh, heck yeah. Johnny Yuma, you freaky geek, I like it. You came in the last 2 weeks and you weren't able to get a reading, so we're going to bump you up as best we can. We do have a lot of new people in here to make sure that you get a reading. Gemini sun, yes. Capricorn. Oh, I know. And I was just going to say the hair definitely gives it away. All right, Raymond, let's do this. You got card number 34. Impossible things, working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, and fresh perspective. You got it in the shadow position, so that means reverse. Card number 34. There's no use in trying, she said. One can't believe impossible things. I dare say you haven't had much practice, said the queen. When I was your age, I always did it for half an hour a day. Why, sometimes I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. Alice is correct. It is indeed difficult to believe in impossible things. However, it's the Queen's viewpoint that resonates most with Alice. And when you receive this card with you too, Raymond, you are being asked to believe in something that seems impossible right now. This could be a miracle or something that seems too good to be true. It also talks of belief as a matter of discipline and practice. As the Queen says, she practices believing in impossible things. What if you were to practice believing in the impossible? If you were to spend half an hour each day meditating on a miracle, changing your thoughts, or focusing on creating an amazing life, you would slowly but surely expand your limits of possibility. If you devoted a half hour each day to creating wonderful changes within your life, what would you achieve? Financial breakthroughs, relationship bliss, physical healing. Devote yourself to something you wish to improve. When we do this, then just like the Queen, we start to believe in impossible things, because dedication steadily brings the impossible closer. Divination, a struggle to accept what seems unlikely. Devote regular time to improving a situation, become better at something you care about, or changing something for the better. Meditate on a miracle and believe in impossible things. But reversed, you are stubbornly refusing to believe that any kind of action can change things for the better, denying that action brings results, feeling that something is too far out of reach, or that miracles are for others and not for you. The real Paulie T, what is up, my brother? All right. Metric don't count. Yeah. So, Raymond, I do feel like an opportunity for something has come into your life recently. And if it hasn't, in the next week or two, this is the universe telling you, okay, it is happening. You are worthy of it. It is happening. And the more negatively you think about it, you're going to be like, there's no way this is happening. Like, this is too amazing. There's no way. Like, where's Ashton Kutcher? I'm definitely being punked. What is going on? And the more you think like that, the more negative energy you blow at the situation. And the more you, what's the opposite of expand? Deflate. The more you deflate it, and the less likely it is that it's going to happen. I always tell my gemstones, when a house seems too good to be true, it's usually haunted, meaning like the price. And when something seems too good to be true, it usually is. But this is a very special case where it actually isn't. The only thing that's going to make it to where it may not happen for you is your negative thinking it's impossible for something like this to be happening to you. Stay as positive as you possibly can, even if you have to practice. Like, for an example, say you inherited $1 million next week. You're going to be like, yeah, right. Or you won the lottery, even better, for $1 million. Like, yeah, right. That doesn't happen to me. That only happens on TV. I only bought a $1 ticket. Whatever you're going to be telling yourself, okay? All of that stuff will make it not so. It'll make it so that something, it is a mistake or something like that. Start practicing being a millionaire right now. Think like one. I mean, I don't know. That's a silly example because I don't know your life, but there is something or someone coming into your life that is just so incredibly amazing that you can't even fathom it. The universe wants you to fathom it and understand that you are worthy of this. This is a part of your soul contract and you do deserve it. Smooches, smooches. That's exactly it right there. Paranormal Pixie says, congratulations, Raymond. Why? Because whatever it is happening. Guys, I'm sorry about my Wi-Fi. I hope to have the booster by next week. Thank you so much, all the new people, for bearing with me, and everyone that's always in here bearing with me. Needs to call mom and dad. All right, who's next?
Richard Elmore.
Richard, let's do Halloween. Thank you, Long Island Bigfoot. Dogman, UK man. I like how you're commenting on the readings, and I always forget to say this because I just take it for granted that everyone knows. So guys, if you're in here and you're listening, even if you've already had your reading, even if you're not getting a reading, even if your reading said something completely different, if you're hearing something that resonates with you, that starts to make sense, and you're just stuck on it, that message was meant for you as well as the person I was reading for, okay? There are many people that come in here and they don't even say anything. They just listen. because they're going to get the messages that they came here for. That's awesome, Raymond. He says, I used to be scared of readings, but I know I'm positive in my life, so I'm never scared and never will be again. Thank you, Gemma. You are so welcome. Thank you. Ancestors, Richard, the love and legacy of our DNA. Yeah, that's awesome. Bless you. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love how like new people just come in and they're just vibe immediately. Okay, Richard Elmore. I walk in their footsteps. Their wisdom inside me remains. I am unique, yet carry a legacy. Their blood runs in my veins. Whether or not we know our ancestors, we are the product of those who have lived before us, DNA-wise. Externally, we may have the body type of our father, our mother's eyes, our grandmother's nose, our great-grandfather's skin tone. On the inside, it gets even more interesting. We know now that we can inherit the way our body works, blood types, genetic disorders, even propensities for aspects of brain function like introversion, musicality, and even mathematics. Many pagan paths associated with Halloween believe that we are born perfectly imperfect to be exactly what we are meant to be. What does that mean? It means that the gifts our ancestors have left us and the unique energy of the combination of the physical, mental, and physical that is created within us sets us up perfectly to achieve our ultimate goals. Should the ancestor card bring itself to your attention, Richard, know that you are ready and able to action your birthright of power. You have the support of those who came before you. There may be challenges or struggles, but you will have everything you need to overcome them. You will prevail. Okay, so Richard, I don't know what this is that you're struggling with, okay? But I do feel like it connects a little bit to Raymond's card where it's like, if you don't believe in you, who's going to? I do feel like your ancestors are reaching out either through dreams or just like random downloads, but you're not getting the message because you're so busy looking at all the reasons why and all the ways how whatever this is, relationship, job, situationship, I don't know. You're thinking about like the negatives, like why it shouldn't work, why it can't work, why it'll never happen, how it can never be. Same thing. Only your ancestors specifically are trying to give you downloads, again, through dreams more than likely, or just through popping into your head of thoughts you know that are not yours, so that you can start to understand why this is very possible, whatever it is, why you deserve it, why you've earned it and achieved it, okay? Whatever this is, it is a major part of your soul contract. So pay close attention to opportunities coming in. Again, like Raymond, I hate when they're repetitive, but there's nothing I can do about it. Something that seems too good to be true. Pay very, very close attention to what it is, to where it's coming from. Understand all the little intricacies. I don't know how to say that word. Intricacies. Intricacies. I think that's the right way. Of what and or who this is, because it is totally and completely meant for you. And if you lose or pass up this opportunity, if you bring negative juju into this positive thing that's happening to you, you are going to be in a really bad way for a little while. Not forever, obviously, because we come out of things, but until you learn the lesson. Yeah, Freaky Geek, I buy them on like Temu for super duper cheap. I glue them on. And I love long nails. I love when they clack and I love clicking with them. But I'm a writer. I'm an author. I'm a writer. And sometimes they do get in the way. And these ones are a little bit longer than the ones I normally wear. I got them. I can't really see how long they are by the image. So, and I got them because they're Batman. Like I put them on because they're Batman. I got them and didn't realize they were Batman.
Ready?
Yes, honey, these cost me like 98 cents. I get a 12 pack of glue for $4.98. I'm a cheap date. Love a good deal. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, new person, the Dogman of UK. Dogman UK man.
I'm going to use the Oracle of the Divine Circus. Absolutely, real Paulie T says, guys, positivity and negativity are yin yang. They harmonize each other in balance, but both are relevant in life. I'm a cheap date. I think that's what she meant to say. I am too. I love a good deal. Like I got this shirt for $6. I am ecstatic. 5-pack of gnome earrings for like $4.98. I'm good with that. Looking forward to it. All right. This is one of my favorite decks to use on newer people. It's a lot easier to read. The messages come in a lot smoother than like, my newest deck. Cherry on top. Oh my goodness. This is the best card in the deck. Card number 26. Do you feel like you are on a never-ending journey to manifest a dream? Does it seem like you have been traveling on the road to success forever, so long that you might wonder if you'll ever reach the promised land, or even if that promised land exists at all? Then you'll enjoy some good news. You have been working hard and for a long time simply going through each day doing what needed to be done. This has been a necessary attitude, giving you patience and persistence. But it can prevent you from from realizing exactly how far you've come, exactly how much you've already accomplished, because you're just doing what you need to do and you're not looking at all the work you put in. You might feel that what you want is years away, or that you have to cross many more shores to reach your desired destination. You'll be surprised when you walk around the corner straight into your destiny. Dogman, like a vast container of water almost at its threshold, there is just one last drop required. That one last drop that makes all the difference. Apparently, all of a sudden, what has been growing within you starts to overflow, yet it is all the preparation you have done that has brought you to this point. So what is required from you now that you are at the finish? I'm sorry. So what is required from you now are just the finishing touches, the finalizing of a detail or two, perhaps the last addition or adjustment. Everything is going to fall into place for you. It's the final drop that finally creates the overflow. If this seems too good to be true, don't worry. You're used to hard work and not final outcomes anyway. That is the way of things sometimes, but all things must and do change. So much of the work is already done now. Don't waste your efforts by giving up on yourself, especially now that you are so close to the outcome that you seek. All that's needed now is the cherry on top. So that's a really great message, and this happens every week, right? So where the reading starts to kind of blend, because like I said, it's almost like one big reading, and then whatever resonates, that's yours to keep and think about. But Dogman, I mean, this is amazing. What this is saying, Long Island Bigfoot, thank you so much. You're so sweet. What this is saying is, I feel like there's something that you've been either wanting for a really long time that you may not even realize that you've been manifesting simply by putting so much thought and energy into it mentally, or it's something that you've been working hard towards, like a promotion or something in a romantic relationship. There is something here that, you want almost more than anything. And it may not be something spectacular like $10 million or becoming the CEO of your company, but it's something very, very huge to you personally. Okay. It's something that matters so much to you that it's going to be life altering and life changing. But I feel like you're starting to give up on whatever this is. Or in the next week or two, you could finally be like, look, I'm just going to go a different way because obviously this is not working. I will put this plan or whatever this is on the back burner and pick it up at another time. The universe is saying, do not do that. You only have a little bit more work to do. You only have a few more roads to travel. And this is all going to come together perfectly as long as you continue to positively manifest whatever and or whoever this is in your life. It's coming, honey. This is a cherry on top of your work hard, positive manifestation. Well done. You are a superstar Sunday. You got this. Do not quit on anything in the next week or two, especially don't give anything up. Don't put anything on the back burner. And don't refuse to recognize opportunities that are around you. Don't overthink things. Just go for it, go for it, go for it. And you are going to end up right where you've always wanted to be. And then you're going to be starting fresh because you've attained this amazing, gigantic goal. Makes sense. Good. I'm glad it does.
Edna.
He said clowns make me feel kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not big on them either. I do call Pennywise from the It movies, my future ex-husband, but so is Michael Myers and Bruce Springsteen. So, I mean, obvi. Never do. Thanks, Gemma. Makes sense. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, I know we're going to use Queen Mabe or Mab. I'm still not sure how to pronounce it, but we'll get there. We'll get there someday. These readings are really positive and really wonderful. You know, I normally don't give bad news. You know, I think I've read death 3 times in the 3.5 years I've been doing this stream. And the one thing I always tell people is, like, if you're going to go to an oracle or to a psychic or a fortune teller or someone like me, New England Dirt Roadie, of course, I was going to do a timestamp for you. So just give me a second. So if you go through, go to someone like me and all they do is give you bad news, they may not be telling the truth, because when spirit really does come through, spirit wants to help us achieve our goals and obtain the things that we want in life, and to be on our spiritual path and complete our journey, our mission, our spiritual mission. So they always back up the bad that they say with good. Okay. And there's always a light at the end of the information tunnel, so to speak. New England Dirt Roadie, I am so glad you were here. I don't know what happened to Ghostdragonzw, though, so I just have to see what happened to him. And I believe it is Mabe, right? Long A, Mabe. Top tier freakazoid. Yeah, but I'm with that, Paulie T. I'm a Jersey girl. Come on, I'm from Patterson. I always do thank Mike. I did his show for 1 hour, and I gained something like 68 subscribers. So thank you very much, Mike, and thank you to everyone who subscribed tonight. Netter, so good to see you. Ghost Dragons, is everything okay? Okay.
Camera just came undone.
Okay. And Edna, you got card number 15. Love, lend me wings. Let love carry you. Epic status, legend, right? Love indeed has lent you wings. Those wings can carry you swiftly to new worlds and dizzying heights. So why do you feel uneasy? Because in your heart of hearts, you know that flying too high can be dangerous. Your wings are delicate, and the desired outcome of your daring errands cannot be guaranteed. And yet, of course, Aunt Edna, you must fly. A lot of them are, Donna. What is this love that has lent you such wings? Who or what do you love so passionately that it both electrifies and haunts you? It could be a child, a sweetheart, a discipline or a craft, or a glorious vision of your future you know you must find a way to actualize. Whatever it is, you have cause to celebrate. Experiencing love like this is what will allow you to one day look back on your life and know that you have lived. So embrace this love, Aunt Edna. Let it carry you upward and onward, perhaps to your desired destination, or perhaps to another one that has not yet been foretold or foreseen. Take action on the dream. Tell your sweetheart how you feel. Break your heart wide open with love for your child every single day. If you're unsure what step to take, or you don't believe you could even begin to move toward your desire, that's not a problem either. You must shift your reality in a way that opens portals of possibility. The heart is the great alchemizer. Breathe into your heart, follow its guidance, and allow your world to transform. The only thing you must not do is stay where you are out of fear. There will be fear. For humans, where there is love, there's always fear. But here is the secret. Your love has to transcend it. Spread your wings, open your heart, and fly. Yeah, Edna, girl, let me find out. Okay, so Batmom, basically you want the vampire oracle then? Okay. Dogman, that's awesome. I'm glad you find it fascinating. I love when new people come in, and I spent my whole life hiding, being a medium and you know, communicating with the dead and being able to do all this stuff. And I found my tribe on YouTube. So when new people come in and they're not judgmental and they're at least just a little bit open-minded, even if they don't believe in it, that's good enough for me. And I'm getting all teary now, but I do appreciate it very, very much. So thank all of you, everyone who comes in all the time, my gemstones and everyone who's new. I do appreciate you guys so, so much. Being able to be myself finally at 40 years old is a big thing for me. Okay, Aunt Edna, I don't know who or what this is. I feel like it's you. I feel like this is you finally, and this has been a long time coming. I don't feel like it's like just happened like today. But I feel like you are coming to love yourself, not in a narcissistic way, not in a like, oh, look how amazing I am type thing, but like you are finally okay with you. Aunt Edna knows Aunt Edna's weaknesses, her faults, and she knows her heart and her love and her wins and all the amazingness that is inside of you. And I feel like some people spend their whole lives trying to get to this point, right, Aunt Edna? But you've finally gotten there. I feel like this is just you being comfortable in your own skin, not physically. I know you're going through a lot physically right now, but I just feel like in general, like, you know, you're a human being having a human experience. You're a spiritual being, I'm sorry, having a human experience, and you're good with that. And it's like whatever comes your way, you're going to be fine with. And I think the reason that this card came up is, number one, to validate that in you, that yes, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Your success in your spiritual path and alignment has been hard earned, but you have done it. You have gotten there, my love. When someone comes in the next week or two, and they will, to challenge you, to tell you you think you're better than them, or you have no idea what real life is like, or that you have it so much easier, whoever this poopy type of person is, and I think we both know who it might be, you're going to finally be okay. Like with whatever they say, it's like, that's fine, you know, because you know who the real lower vibrational person is, and you know who the real snob is looking down on everyone, and you know who the real manipulator is. And you're okay with that. It's like, you don't have to change that anymore. You're not desperate to gain attention or validation. You're just you, period. And it takes a lot to be that and be that permanently, with the exception of, you know, sometimes. And I feel like that's what this is. We can see fake people, Gemma. You're so honest, and it comes through. You guys, thank you so much. Oh, who just said I looked younger than 40? I love you, Roger Blair. Yes, on March 1st, I streamed. It was a Wednesday, and it was my 40th birthday. I am half Native American, and I do feel like that plays a big role in why sometimes I look very young. Who's next?
Chopper Morgan.
Chopper, are you still here?
Please answer.
I think Chopper is one of the ones that like comes in sometimes and like says hi, but oh, well, thank you, the real Paulie T. I did. I streamed with you guys on my birthday. That's how I spent my 40th birthday, with you guys. Thank you. My peoples, my tribe. I look more like 30. Thank you. My my oldest son is going to be 24 on October 28th, actually. Black Dragon says, Gemma gives off an energy. It is rare to feel it as strong as I do. Raymond says, I'm drawn to people who have a bright light in them. Gemma, you shine like Mike shined. Has no gender. It's the light your soul has. Yes, Raymond, you just said something that is so true, right? I say it all the time. What's up, Tony the Rock fans? I say it all the time. When I look at someone, and it's been like this my whole life, and it's always been very problematic for me until I got on YouTube and I met all the great people on here. I see them at a soul level. So I don't necessarily see the red flags that most people would see, because I'm seeing the inside. I'm seeing the potential of their heart, of their soul. And it took me a really long time to accept that even though they have beauty and light within them, they may not be aware of it, they may not care, or they may never act on it. And that's probably why I've been in a lot of terrible, horrible relationships and situations in my life, because I'm always seeing the potential. Special K, take your makeup off every single night. Even if you're only wearing moisturizer, get it off your face. And even though I don't have acne, I use Proactive every night without fail, and every time I shower as well. So that's probably where the skin comes from. Who's after Chopper? Because he is obviously not
here. Okay, go ahead. Is Good and Soto still here?
Good and Soto?
Yes, that was a new person.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, Good and Soto. Let us know if you're here. as you probably noticed, I started wearing a lot less in the past couple weeks. I'm not doing the eyebrows. I'm not doing the eyeliner. And I got this really awesome dewy stuff. I don't know. We'll talk makeup in email. Tony the Rock Film says, I'm doing better. I had a heart attack on the 6th, triple bypass surgery on Monday. I'm doing good. Thank you. Okay, so love and light, and please take care of yourself. You are the 4th gemstone in the last month that has gone in for some sort of surgery. We have one tonight. I'm not going to tell her business, but she's going in as well. New England Dirt Roadie, yeah. My mom actually told me to bring the juicer over to her house because she wants to try it with me.
Okay, I don't think they're here. If you want to go ahead and do Johnny Yuma, you can.
Okay. Special K. Yeah, and you know what I forgot to put is that you should wash twice. Like this, that same way on the roots, wash twice. Johnny Yuma, are you still here? LIB tribe for
Yes, they're still
sure.
here. He's still here.
You know, one thing before I read for Johnny, the real Paulie T, you're absolutely right. He said, Gemma, I have to say being transparent and real as possible doesn't always fit into people's agendas, and that may make you seem like you're being abrasive. It does, and it intrusive as well. And it also sometimes, I think I come off as people look at me kind of like fake. That like, there's no way. And listen, this is how I explain it to people. Am I always kind and nice and full of light and speaking softly? No, I am human. I get pissed off too. But the difference is when it happens, I can recognize what's happening and try my best. And it works in every single situation except with one person where I can say, no, I am not going to act outside of myself. You are not going to get the best of me. I'm not going to scream and shout. This is my boundary. I'm going to walk away. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are so used to secrets and deceit and, like you said, being transparent. It doesn't always work out for me. And honestly, I'm very outgoing in stream. But in real life, I have like 2 actual friends that I see twice a year. And then I have like my mom and my family I live with. I do not leave my house unless absolutely necessary. Because the way I look at people and the way I see dead people and the way the world, like, it's just hard. And you guys make it so much easier for me. And that's why I appreciate you so much. All right, Johnny Yuma, I am going to use Anne Stokes' Gothic Oracle. New Englander Roadie, I'm so glad you came in. You know, the only person we're missing is Sir Nutslap. And he knew it was tonight, too. See, good vibes running through you. Sasquatch is feeding his platypus kumquats again. Stop him. Being a super empath is dangerous, but you need to have the control of the yin and yang. Yeah, and it took me a long time to gain that control with your guys' help, honestly. I've learned so much about myself and about why I may have been born the way I was and just who I am as a human being and who I want to be, right? Yeah, it's their loss. And it took me forever to understand that. It really, really did. I always thought that all of the abuse and the cheatings and the beatings and everything that I've been through in my life were my fault somehow, that like I had done something wrong. And now I realized it's just how people are. People are different. You know, I don't hold grudges. I forgive instantaneously, but that doesn't mean I'm going to reconcile. Can't wait to be on your show. Yes, I am excited for Tuesday. It's going to be 1 p.m. instead of noon, though, because my schedule will change. All right, Johnny Yuma, you got trick or treats. How fitting. I'm a summer person. My second favorite season is fall, and I do love Halloween very much, but I'm a summer gal. But I'm excited. I'm excited for spooky season. I got so many spooky nails. The card of choice, Johnny, a small dragon lands upon the lid of a jack-o'-lantern. The pumpkin is lit from within, revealing a warm but slightly unsettling smile. Beneath it is a layer of autumn leaves, suggesting the darker and colder side of the year, when many choose to celebrate All Hallows Eve. Trick-or-treating is a part of modern-day Halloween customs. Children visit the homes of neighbors in the hopes that they'll receive a handful of candy. It's less likely these days that they will perform a trick, since many adults will stock up beforehand and enjoy participating in the celebrations. If you receive this card, then a choice is before you. It suggests that there is more than one way to progress and that you are being given options. To be given a choice is a luxury, but we must not forget that responsibility comes with the power of choosing. Consideration or advice may be needed before committing to one choice or another. What we do in the present will have an effect on what happens at a later date. Being conscious of how your actions could influence your life and the life of others, even in the distant future, is part of this card's message. Yeah, Johnny, I feel like you could be, in the next week or two, I feel like you could be tempted to just act, right? Like something comes in, some opportunity comes in that you're ready to just act on. You're like, yes, you don't want to hesitate, right? No hesitation. You got this. But this is actually a good time to take a step back and look at what's being offered to you. Look at why it's being offered to you. Okay, I feel like someone has a trick up their sleeve, for lack of a better way of putting it. Somebody is trying to manipulate you into doing something for them. So this came up in another card too, a little bit, where it was like they're telling you all the reasons why whatever this is so good for you. The fact of the matter is, whatever this is good for them if you do it. You may not gain much from this. And it's not like something like you have to gain all the time. Like you can help people. This isn't that kind of opportunity though. Whatever you're being talked into here and really tempted to take, it's like signing your soul over to the devil, for lack of better terms, right? It's something that's going to come back to bite you and haunt you, and it could potentially ruin your life. And I don't mean to catastrophize. I think that's a word. If not, I'm claiming it, like poopily. But Johnny, here, just take a step back. If something seems to be good to be true for you in the next week or two, it certainly and definitely is. And if you've recently made a quick decision, rethink it and see how you can get out of it, because something wicked this way comes. And we're in a retrograde, so we are not supposed to be signing contracts, making major purchases, making major relationship decisions. There is things are getting lost in translation. We're having technical difficulties all the time. So a group of loners, an oxymoron, more like reality. It's true. Who's after Johnny? I love you too.
Bigfoot, Long Island.
So Long Island Bigfoot, let's use the fairy tale oracle for you. Guys, September 15th, I don't know what day of the week it is. We are going to try to stream for Ghost Dragon's birthday. Oh, you're welcome. No, it's not. I promise it's not spooky. It's just there's a person who is, they're not like a bad person the way that I'm seeing them and their energy. It's just that they are so determined to make it to the top or to succeed, whatever this is that they're trying to rope you into, that they kind of don't care about the what's the word I'm looking for? They don't care about the collateral damage. That's going to be you. Like I said, I don't feel like they're a bad person. They are purposely manipulating, but they're only thinking of themselves. They're not thinking of long term, of like how it's going to affect you, and that's the problem. And I think that if you step back from this and you can kindly and politely confront them on that, they'll realize the error of their ways, and maybe it's a relationship, whatever it plays in your life, that you can save. Johnny Yuma, thank you so much for the donation. You guys are so amazing. Yeah, Long Island Bigfoot. Yes, everyone hit the like. You guys are so amazing. Okay, so you got the red shoes. It is the card of obsession. I love this card, even though the message, I mean, it's a good one. As a recovering addict, guys, how can I not like this message? So here we go. She danced, and she was forced to dance through the gloomy night. The shoes carried her over stack and stone. She was torn till she bled. She danced over the heath till she came to a little house. Here she knew dwelt the executioner, and she tapped with her fingers at the window and said, come out, I cannot come in, for I am forced to dance. And the executioner said, thou dost not know who I am, I fancy. I strike bad people's heads off, and I hear that my axe rings. Don't strike my head off, said Karen. Then I can't repent of my sins, but strike off my feet in these red shoes. I came this close to being named Karen. Hans Christian Andersen uses a symbol of the red shoes in more than one fairy tale, and they symbolize, when given up gladly for friendship and love, a sacrifice because they are so valued and treasured. But in this tale, a trickster, the devil, almost in his guise as he appears in the traditional tarot, offers a young girl red shoes. She covets them and misunderstands what they are because her greed for them is all encompassing, and she accepts them. They are more important to her than her relationships, her community, and her own respect. This is the key to the story, that all things that lead to our addiction and compulsion that control us and enslave us are most often offered to us, and they begin to chip away at what makes us good people. All addictions hurt us not only physically, they destroy us ethically. So the first lesson we receive when we receive this card is to know when to say no to an offer that we find way too hard to resist. In this tale, the young girl's shoes are activated to do what they are meant to do. They dance, and they have no interest or concern for the young girl who wears them. They spin and turn until she's exhausted and weeping and out of control. This is the same with all compulsions, addictions, and things that start out as fun. This is how addictions begin, and her desire for the shoes overrides everything. Just as addicts steal from those they once loved, the craving overwhelms all love. It becomes the reason for living, and it can and will kill us. The only solution for the girl is to beg for the woodcutter to chop off her feet. A horrible, horrible option, but she begs for him to release her from the shoes, which will not come off otherwise. So she sacrifices her feet and begins again, broken and crippled, and yet, she goes on, and life begins again, and she creates a life where she has learned and suffered and changed, but which now is within her own control. This card asks you to ponder a radical, strong solution to a very, very difficult problem. It could be a relationship that feels out of control, or your devotion or addiction to something that started as a recreation, a desire, longing, something you thought would be wonderful and give you a great deal, and take nothing, except it has taken, perhaps even taken over your life. You need to seek help, and you need to break the chains, cut yourself free, and start again. Mike, this could be painful and difficult, but it will result in being free to be yourself again. Accept a whole lot wiser and able to help others who wish to embrace the curse of beautiful red shoes too. So I would never, I'm not accusing you of being an addict. Like, this card is about addiction, but it's about a lot more as well. So if we really get down to the details of it and what your team is showing me, there's something you're at risk for falling back into. So it could be an addiction, a compulsion, a relationship, a horrible, crappy, poopy job. Like, there's something here that it's like you're romanticizing in your head, Long Island Bigfoot. Okay. For me, like, I do not hide. I was a heroin addict for almost 6 years of my life. It almost killed me. I almost lost everything. I weighed 86 pounds and it was just horrible. So, like, in that situation, it would be me romanticizing the needle in my head, right? Like, I'm thinking, oh, I can just, so if it's like a person, you'd be thinking, well, I can just call them and see how they're doing. Meanwhile, this person has absolutely destroyed your life. This is the universe saying, stop. Really think about what you're thinking about. Make it make sense. It won't. And that's when you have to stop yourself from this. It's almost like, the way that I'm seeing it, Mike, is like, it's almost like instinct to do whatever this is. Like, you've become so used to it, even though you haven't done it in a while. Again, it could be a toxic relationship, a toxic job. It could just be a toxic familial relationship, like a brother that you haven't seen in 10 years because the last time you saw him, he robbed you or slept with your wife, or I don't know. I'm being silly, but that's what it is. And like, now you're tempted to call him because you're thinking of all the good times from when you guys were kids. Well, what about what he did to you 10 years ago? Whatever and or whoever this is has no place in your life right now, okay? And you will not learn anything from allowing them back in. Please rethink going back to who and or whatever this is. It could cost you your life, literally. Smoochie, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I first started YouTube, I weighed like 100 pounds. And then like in the past year, I got up to 175. Now I'm back down to my goal weight of 140. And I did it with 310 nutrition shakes and liquid IV. Someone sent me 3 gigantic bags of liquid IV, and I've been drinking it, and it tastes really good with the grapefruit core. It was a real love to the process. Yeah, my baby, my 5-year-old saved my life. And my husband at the time, his father, they saved my life. They were the reason that I did what I did. Meaning getting off the crap and becoming a human being again.
Okay, ready? Freaky
Ready.
geek.
Freaky geeky. All right. Freaky geek. I'm going to use the human spirit. Yes, ma'am. Bat Mom, I know we need to talk, baby girl. I know we do. Probably Sunday. I sent her a voice message the other night, and the next day she's like, "Holy crap, you just sent a voice message?" I'm like, "I learned how to voice text." Yes. So Dogman, you came in. I was born a medium. So I was born being able to communicate with the dead. I realized I had the gift to read Oracle with cards only a few years ago, even though I used to read tarot in high school. So the problem is when I go out into public, if I'm not very careful, I will start. I don't know if you ever saw True Blood, Sookie, when she's like waitressing and she can hear. It's not that I hear it, but like it's hard to explain. Like I pick up what other people are thinking. I will know the guy next to me is cheating on his wife with the girl that he's with. I will know the waiter didn't wash his hands. I will know the cook in the back beats his kids. Like I will know all of this crazy stuff about people and retain this information unless I protect myself. I have all of these crazy gifts that I never looked at as gifts before. And it made life really hard. I was already a weird kid because I loved books. Books were my friend. But I've come into it now, and yes, I believe it was always there. I just didn't know like how to work with it and use it properly. All right, Freaky Geek, you got Road Less Traveled. It is card number 10 in the Human Spirit deck, but you got it in the shadow. Driver's license and registration, please. You are on the right path, truly being your most authentic you. We absolutely love this about you. You have been enjoying the journey, finding all these hidden treasures on your road to Humanville. Don't worry about being in the fast lane. Set your cruise control and make your own way. You have charted your own course, written your own map, and sometimes this can be a lonely, solitary journey, and that's okay. Put some tunes on that you're too embarrassed to play when others are in the car and sing your heart out. When you have reached your destination, it is okay to send your coordinates to others. It's not your directions they need, but a beacon to start a journey of their own on the road less traveled. Until then, remember, there's no roadmap or GPS needed right now. Stay on your course because the destination is an authentic life lived. I do feel like either you have just you've just made some type of decision to fall back out of something. So quitting a career job or leaving a long-term relationship that wasn't working out for you. I feel like you boldly, or you're about to, it's one or the other. So your next week or two is going to feature this, or it's just happened. So Freaky Geek, it's like you've been procrastinating on whatever this is for a really long time. And I feel like you finally accepted or are about to accept that this is just what was right for you. All of the questions that are going to be coming from other people, why would you do that? All the crap that's going to be talks behind your back. And trust me, the crows are just waiting to cackle, the cackling yenties, right? But it's like you're coming to a point, whether you realize it or not, where what matters most to you is your own peace of mind and your own inner strength and your own gathering of life lessons to become something or someone much better and greater. And the people that are, asking all these rude and inappropriate questions right now, who just don't understand where you're at in life, when they finally are, they're going to be coming to you for advice on how to do the same thing. I feel like either, like I said, either it just happened or it's about to happen. You have to make an incredibly hard decision. And if you didn't make it yet, the universe is telling you, only worry right now about what is best for you. Because if you do what's best for you, what's best for your children, your husband, whoever, your life in general, and the people you love will come with that. If you're constantly putting others first, then you're not doing anything for you. You have to stop, do something for yourself. And on another note, take some time out, maybe unplug. I don't know if you can take a day off work. Take some time to do something just for you. Nobody else involved. Don't bring anyone with you. Like, go for a walk in the woods or a walk on the beach, or go take yourself out to dinner, go get a Starbucks, like whatever you have time for. Do something nice for yourself, and it's going to feel so good that I feel like making this really hard decision is going to come that much quicker. It's like, I like feeling good, and if I do this, I'll feel a little good, but everyone else will be super happy. And if I do this, I'll be super happy and everyone else will feel a little good. I always say it. Mind over matter. Those who mind don't matter. Those who matter don't mind, which means whatever you decide, the people who love you are going to love you anyway. This is how you weed out the fakes and the phonies and the narcs and the toxics. Do what's best for you. Make that move and decision. Stop procrastinating, because the universe is about to close the door, and it's the door to a really huge opportunity. Good night, Mama Cindy.
Total Guerrera.
Totally. Let's use signs of the times. Freaky geek. If you don't know what I'm talking about, trust me, you're going to be faced with a really difficult decision in the next week or two. And it might take you a little while to make that decision. So, like, if the procrastination hasn't started yet, it will start once you're presented with this decision. Maybe you don't even see it coming, but I promise you it's coming in. And the universe, your spirit team, is telling you, only think about you. That sounds so selfish, especially, like I said, to our generation here, but I'm telling you, it's not. It is the right thing to do. Don't cry for someone who wouldn't cry for you. And that's so much easier said than done when it comes to us in this community, right? Total, you got crown, personal power, slay king. I don't know why I just said that. I messaged my son. I'm like, what does this mean? Have you guys ever seen someone from Gen Z do this? They're standing there and they're talking and they just go. And he's like, Mom, I don't know. I'm old. I'm like, you're 24. It means I'm so cold. I got ice in my veins. All right. Card number 28. Imagine a crown on your head. How does that make you feel? Does the weight of it make you stand a little straighter? You are the ruler of your own world, so approach life that way. Step into your power, Total. Although many things in this life are out of your control, you have complete control of your own experience. Be confident in your decisions and resist the urge to make yourself small to suit the expectations of others. This symbol of royalty and importance could signify an increase in your authority, whether it be from gaining experience, receiving a promotion, or earning recognition from your contribution. Demand the same high level of respect and maturity from others that you offer to them. If the weight of leadership is causing you to stumble, if you are in doubt or struggling to find your own power, the energy of this card is here to remind you of your own strength and the reasons why you wear the crown in the first place. Additional meanings: active crown chakra, improved social status, manifesting with confidence, receiving an award, self-mastery. So yeah, you could be receiving a promotion like at work or something like that, but I feel like this is just you coming into your own power and taking responsibility for something that you may have been hesitant to take responsibility for at an earlier time in your life. I'm also seeing like lower, so kids, so it's so hard to explain how I see this. It's like they're looking up and you're there talking. So somebody is coming to you for advice, someone from a younger generation. They don't have to be a little kid. It could be someone 5 years younger than you. Someone younger than you is looking up to you. They're looking to you for advice. And that could make you uncomfortable. Maybe you've gone through the same thing and made all the wrong decisions. And you're like, I'm not the one to be talking to about that. I did everything in that situation wrong. Guess what? You are the one, because you are the one they're coming to. You are to be a role model here for somebody, for some reason. Don't let it be like heavy is the head that wears the crown. Wear that poop with, it doesn't sound the same when it's like, wear that crown with dignity and confidence that you've earned this space in this person or in these people's lives. Okay. They were brought to you for a reason, whether it be one day or many days. Okay. This person, these people were brought to you for a reason. You have the answers for them. You have the ability to help them. It's just a matter of will you. Oh, thank you, Dogman. He said, I'm starting to understand all this makes me feel positive about things and can see how these readings help people. Gemma, much respect. You're blessed. Thank you. We're all blessed. And that's what I mean. Like even the negative messages, they're always followed up by a positive because this is our spirit team. These are our friends in spirit. When we're charting our course in the fifth dimension, these are our deceased loved ones and our ancestors, people that we've never met, but that we have share blood with. They all want us to succeed. They just can't get involved unless we call them in. So each individual that I read for, I am calling in your spirit team. Foxy Joe, what's up, Foxy? Real Polly T says the bottom line is you are the CEO of your life. You have complete and only control who is in it and who is on a bit. Make your decision wisely and the force your authority. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're trying to say. Absolutely. The problem is we're trained like from birth to think that we are less than and we have to think of others first or we're pieces of garbage. Unfortunately, we're all taught wrong because that's not the case. Who's next?
Aussie Sue.
Aussie Sue, let's use Del on Wait. You're welcome. Thank you, guys. All right. Thank you, Foxy Joe. I really, really, really appreciate that. Oh, I wonder what's going on with Toad. Indoctrinated from birth. Just like, oh, there's no monster under your bed. Can you imagine being 6-year-old Gemma and there actually was one under my bed and I'm told
I'm under everybody's bed.
Stop my artard crap or I'm going to be locked away. Shut up. Stop talking about that. What's wrong with you? And my dad didn't know, like he didn't realize, to him, I was just had an overactive imagination. The monsters are real. And if we teach our kids that they're not, we're teaching them to ignore their instincts from a very young age. All right. Aussie Sue, you got the Blue Fairy, card number 27. Foxy Joe, everyone else who donated super chats, super stickers, thank you so, so much. Everyone who subscribed, all the new people, all of my regular gemstones. I love, love, love you guys so much. PayPal and Cash App, I get 100%. YouTube, super chats, super stickers, I get 51% of that at the end of the month. So, just let me know. All right. Aussie Sue, the Blue Fairy. I was my young master's only, nope, that's Puss in Boots. Here she is. There was this sweet man who wanted so badly to have a son. I granted his wish and gave him one out of a wooden puppet. Pinocchio was the name of the puppet. I watched over him during his adventures to get sure he grew wise. Then I transformed him into a real little boy. I only appear to those who have faith in my lucky star and gently pray for my intercession. If they're pure at heart, I grant their wish and pour magic into their lives. Rejoice and feel blessed. Your prayers have been heard and your wishes are about to be granted. You have fought very hard, Sue, to get where you are now, but the thing is, you've never lost hope nor faith. Therefore, you will be rewarded. This card really comes to you as a blessing and a good omen. So just relax, celebrate, and make sure you say thank you. Your dream is to come true very, very soon. So again, I don't know if this is actually like a dream come true. Like you're like, I want to be famous one day, and then boom, you're famous. This is something that you've worked for. Okay, that you've put so much positive thought into. Like when I picture myself in my own beach house, right? That I got myself through my hard work and perseverance. It's like that. I'm putting positive energy into my dreams. And I feel like we don't even realize when we're doing that. We're just thinking about our future, of how we would like our future to look or how we'd like our life to look. But the fact is that is positive manifestation. and it is extremely powerful. There is something you've been focusing on, working towards, saving up for. There is something here, Osisu, that you are about to be granted, okay? That's about to be offered to you, offered up on a silver platter. There's no fine print. There's no manipulation here. This is just good news coming in. I don't see anything with one card, like what it was about. Like if I was giving you a personal, like 7 to 10, sometimes 15 cards, then it would be different. But like all I see right now is like literally you're being handed and you're like jumping up and down like, oh my God, yay. That's what this is. Understand though, it didn't happen by accident. So be sure to thank your spirit team. If you're religious, thank God or Jesus, whatever the case may be. Thank who you believe it granted you this miracle. Even if you understand more that it was you putting the positive thought into this so much, you are cultivating a seed that was planted into the universe. Everything you've ever wanted is right here. It's just getting to it. That's the problem because of how we've been indoctrinated. Clear cut, follow your gut. It'll never steer you wrong. Yes. And that's the thing. We are taught to question our instincts from so young. We are taught sometimes to question what our eyes see, what we factually know, because adults are always right and our parents are always right. And that's so wrong. And that's why we don't trust our instincts. That's why we do ignore red flags. That's why we think we're crazy. I am here to undo that indoctrination to the best of my ability.
Ready? Jules.
Special K, you are absolutely right, she said, and the universe will give back tenfold as long as your goodness in your heart is pure and you're a giver. Absolutely. Miss Jules, I am going to use Wild Woman. Preach. Sixth sense, yes, it's very, very real. And like as I've gotten older, even in just like the past year, I've learned to always follow my instinct, even if I don't confront somebody about something. I know, like trust me, I know when you're lying to me. I know it all. I know it all. That sounds so terrible. I don't mean it like that, but I can see through the BS now, and I understand, like I said, that even though everybody has that light, but it doesn't mean everyone works with it, everyone recognizes it, or everyone does something with it. No, see, that's the thing. No sorries. You're a crazy Scotsman and you love being you. And that's okay because you're good. Nobody's perfect. As long as we're trying, it really is true that as long as we are trying to be better every single day, we're good. The Creatrix. Card number 10, the card of creativity, Miss Jules. You get this one a lot. Oh, Aussie Sue, thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are so generous. Thank you. All of you. The Creatrix. What creative idea or dream is ready to be nurtured and birthed into being? Jules, you get this so much. Baby UFO, I'll keep that in mind when I read for you for sure, so don't go anywhere. Yeah, Google signs from spirit, from the spirit realm. You know, a lot of the times online they're called ghosts, even though that's not really what they are. So if you're trying to distinguish, just put ghost. So I am gonna pick up some bath salts and bath bombs and all that kind of stuff and do a giveaway soon, guys, too. So don't forget merch at jivecreations.com. Regardless of the physical stage of life you are in, this Creatrix invites you to get your creative juices flowing, whether through writing, painting, music, gardening, or beyond. While maintaining the childlike wonder of your maidenhood, she invites you to step into your full motherly feminine power, to turn your airy, idealistic, and hopeful dreams into earthy material abundance. Inspired by the Empress card in the tarot, the epitome of the mother archetype, Mother Goddess, and Mother Earth herself, Jules, this young woman is activating her creativity on a moonlit night. Creativity is in itself a form of magic, or magic with a K, as it manifests an inspired idea, thought, or image from our mind's eye into the physical plane. While the triple goddess aspects of maiden, mother, and crone are often associated with actual physiological stages of a woman's body, these stages are also metaphorical and psychological. This young woman is on the cusp, both physically and spiritually, of transforming from the maiden to the mother. As a previously wide-eyed, lively, and curious maiden, she stands at the threshold of becoming the creative, abundant, fertile, and immensely powerful mother who courageously risks and sacrifices herself to bring new life into the world, whether this be a career, passion project, or birthing an actual child. Like the little spider weaving her web, the maiden is about to weave the magical web of her own destiny and become the powerful mother, empress, and creatrix she is meant to be. Jules, there is definitely something brewing, a thought of something you either want to obtain in your life, a goal you want to achieve, something you want to do, a business you want to start, wanting to somehow start investing in a romantic relationship, starting a YouTube channel. There's something here that you want to start, that you want to plant a seed and cultivate it, but you are unsure. The reason you're unsure is because I believe you've tried something like this before and it just didn't work out. But I feel like that was like, it wasn't the right time in your life. So your follow through may not have been what it would be now. This is the message I'm getting for you. Just because you failed at something once or however many times doesn't mean you'll fail now. I feel like your focus right now is so on this that you will succeed. You will achieve whatever this is that you're looking to gain, but you can't focus on past failures. Don't use your past as like a meter for what's going to happen in the future. Okay. Who's next?
Pixie.
Miss Pixie. I'm going to use the medicine heart. Do you guys watch my video on the Mindful Souls box? I was so upset because they sent me another one and I was like, it's only $40 for all this stuff. And then I gave it a 7 out of 10. I was like, meh. It was $54.99 this month. And I went off. I was so mad, but they're sending me one more. And I said that I would try it out one more time. It's like, I have thousands of pieces of rose quartz. I have dozens and dozens, hundreds or thousands of pieces of amethyst, black obsidian. They gave me such blah stuff for that lotus necklace that was beautiful, but I know I'm going to end up sending it to Lotus Girl at some point or another. Ajayu. Card number 23, my favoriteest number. She said Deadpool's accurate. Did you mean dead balls? Angel Song, if you're here, please let us know, babe. Paranormal Pixie. Ajayu is a Quechua word, the native language of the indigenous Quechua peoples of the Andes, the meaning of which encompasses the intertwined realities of soul, spirit, and cosmos. In the Quechua, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, I'm from North Jersey, I pronounce everything wrong. In the Quechua concept of the soul, there is an understanding that it belongs to both the human body and to the cosmos. When there is disruption in the soul, then the body and the cosmos are disrupted too. And I say this all the time. I think physical and mental illness, a lot of the times, including addiction, are signs of spiritual illness and dis-ease as well. Harmony in all three realms is understood as essential to well-being. Culturally defined moral transgressions are considered disruptive to the interrelationship between humanity and the spiritual realms, and acts of atonement are prescribed by the shaman to restore balance and order. Confession to the shaman is an important initial step towards understanding what appropriate atonement should involve to facilitate healing. To speak freely in a non-judgmental space can unburden the soul, allowing for clarity and processing of complex experiences. There are ways to speak with care and wisdom when voicing negativities or challenges that involve others so that psychic harm does not occur for anyone involved. Ritualized confession as a means to purify and strengthen oneself is found in numerous religious traditions. In the Catholic tradition of Christianity, there's a ritual of confession. The saying goes, confession is good for the soul. In the process of confession, one speaks openly to a religious figure who is meant to hold space to hear, acknowledge, yet not judge, and offer guidance and a means for rectifying any damage done through specific prayers. Confessional processes are also found in Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, and Islam. Confession may evoke mental or emotional resistance if one is grappling with toxic shame. Toxic shame is different to healthy shame. The latter arises spontaneously when one takes an action out of integrity with one's value system and motivates one to learn from the experience, act differently in future, and if another has been injured in the process, make amends. However, with toxic shame, Any perceived error in judgment or action will result in the personal anguish of believing that one is lacking in worth, value, and divine beauty. You have it within you to self-liberate from judgment, shame, fear, or guilt regarding any situation in your life where you may feel bound. Lara, do not give others the power to determine how you will experience your own life. That power rests in your own heart, in your own willingness to embark upon a healing journey, to declare that you are worthy as a human and pure as spirit, and that you can and will find what you need within your own soul. Decide now to set yourself free. Yeah, and Dogman, you know what? That would have been 5 pages long. I had to skip through a little bit. That's the only book I have to do that in, but it's really in depth. And I normally use it for one-on-one readings, the video calls where I let people ask questions and things like that. But yes, it is very deep. Miss Pixie, I'm holding it backwards. Who is judging you? I feel like you're on a journey, okay, Lara, and you are growing and changing. And this card, I resonate with this card and this meaning, this message so much. You have found what you want to do. You have found a balance in your life between, there's many different parts, right? And you found a way to perfectly balance all of these parts. You're doing what you want to do, what your soul feels drawn to do, but you're also taking care of your human side as well. There is someone in your life, though, that simply cannot accept how much you've grown, even though you're not challenging them, you're not bothering them, you're not asking them to participate. Maybe they don't believe in some of this. You know, I have a husband who is a non-believer, not even a skeptic, a non-believer. That is very hard to navigate. I feel like there is someone in your life, Lara, who is trying to minimize your growth, who's trying to take your accomplishments and achievements from you. Okay. And I feel like sometimes it makes you think that maybe you are wrong. Maybe this is all for nothing. Let me tell you something. You are doing amazing. You are on this beautiful spiritual journey and path. You are right where you are supposed to be. And in fact, I see you a little bit ahead of the journey of where you're supposed to be at this time in your life, right? Where you charted yourself to be. Please do not let whoever this is, whether it be one person or several, many, I don't know. I do feel like it's one. And I am getting a masculine energy. It could be a female with a lot of masculine in her chart, as you know. This person was charted to try and stop you from reaching your spiritual elevation because you are so close. It's up to you whether or not you let them. You may have to get rid of this person. And I see that as being like a big issue for you. You know, this is someone who you probably like don't want to live without, or you've been with, they've been in your life for such a long time, or maybe it's someone like your kid or something like that. Not saying you have kids. I'm just saying, like, you know, that type of energy, that closeness, that connection. The fact of the matter is it going to be you or is it going to be them? All right. Angel Song is here. So should we do?
She is next.
All right. Angel Song. And then who's next?
Baby UFO.
Baby UFO. Okay, Baby UFO, I know that you had a question. I love the energy in here. It's like even when so many new people come in, we still have the same amazing energy in this chat. And it's like a breath of fresh air. I never leave this stream feeling bad, ever. Lara's my big sister. I can't wait for you to get your box. There's one candle I got that I really wanted to put in there. It's like stinging nettles. It's cute. It's a Halloween thing, and I totally forgot. It's on my altar. You're so welcome. Can for some reason understand this. I've never seen nothing like this before. I find this strange but familiar. What's that? The readings, the messages. I feel like we've all in this chat particularly have found each other for a reason. And I feel like most of us, not all of us, but most of us are soul connected in one way or another, whether through past lives, extraterrestrial DNA, familial DNA, way far down the line that we wouldn't know it now. Like, we are all connected spiritually in this room. And the way that I know that is, and I know I'm going to regret saying this, I hope not, positive thinking. I get trolled maybe once a year. Maybe. Okay, Special K, I will do a timestamp for you if I have time, but next time let me know and we'll make sure that we read for you. Yeah, and I'll be checking my emails. Don't worry, Miss Special K. All right. Angel Song. Death, the eternal cycle begins here. Yeah, Dogman. I mean, I'm very, very grateful and lucky that I really don't deal with that much in the streams. I deal with it a lot in the comments and on the shorts recently I started doing, but in this stream, this is like my safe space. And I want it to be a safe space for everyone that comes in here. And I work really hard to do that. And everyone in here does. I mean, how welcoming they are to the new people. I have no control over that. But it's said every time there's a new person, they always say it. Angel Song, 'tis not the end, though I may pass in the night. I get to do my time over, although you may get a fright. Many pagans believe that death was the beginning of the cycle of life. When you think about it, most people consider the act of birth to be the beginning of the life cycle. We are born, we live, and we die, and depending on your beliefs, you may get to go round again. Instead, pagan cultures see death as the beginning of a whole new adventure, the place where your soul gets to choose where it incarnates, why, and what it wants to experience. That is true. Then and only then does it get born into a body that lives and eventually dies before returning to ride a new cycle. Halloween is a celebration of death as a part of life. As humans are conscious beings, we know about death, and many are afraid and uncomfortable about it. Halloween illuminates the universal truth that all of us will die, just as all of us were born. So to be fearful of that end process is pointless. Halloween asks us to instead make friends with death, just as we seem friendly with birth, and to not allow our fears and grief to bring us unnecessary pain. Do not be afraid if you pull the death card, as it simply means that something is falling away or will do so. So you can begin strongly afresh. There is great power in this clearing. If you pull this card at Halloween particularly, the message is stronger still, and you should actively celebrate a new beginning. So, oh, that's so amazing. Yes, that is the whole point, Dogman. I'm so happy you said that. Angel Song, there is something ending in your life. Whether it be a relationship, maybe you're getting a new job, maybe you're moving to a new house. It is a Mercury retrograde, so I would caution you from making any kind of firm, set in stone decisions. Don't sign any contracts. Don't make any major purchases. Don't make any major relationship decisions. But whatever this is, has been a long time coming. Okay, it's not someone dying. It is the death of something. I feel like you're going to be very, or you're fearful of being very lost and very just alone and like in the void with the loss of what and or whoever this is. This is the universe reassuring you that this was supposed to happen. Not everyone that's put in our life, even when we love them tremendously and deeply, not everyone was put here in our lives, in our path, to stay there. Most people are put into our path so that we can learn lessons from them. They can learn lessons from us, and we can part ways and move on to different cycles in our life. That is what this is saying. Whatever and or whoever you lose here, it was meant to be. If you wallow in pity, if you try to fight it, try to keep the person around, or try to stop the event from ending, whatever it may be, you're going to really mess things up for yourself. It's going to take away a lot of opportunities. The doors are not able to open because think of it like this. There's a small box, and whatever this is filling up the entire box. There's no room for anything else. So you have to start slowly pushing it out the door until finally it's all gone. You take a deep breath and you're breathing in the new relationship, the new person, the new circumstance, the new house, the new job, whatever it may be. Okay, embrace this change. No matter, I know it's going to be so hard for you. I can see it. No matter how hard it is, do everything in your power and in your willpower to embrace it. It won't feel wrong, I'm telling you. And maybe the fact that it feels so right could also be problematic for you right now. I don't know where Ghost Dragons went.
I'm
Oh,
ready.
there it is.
Baby UFO's next.
Baby UFO.
Special K, if you want a reading, we can get you in after Baby UFO.
Yeah, Special K, thank you for that. I was hoping for that, but I didn't want to say. So Baby UFO, I'm going to use the Fairy Tale Oracle because they're a little more in-depth. And you did say you were let go or be dragged. I mean, you said it, Eris. Love can connect you to the universe in ways you cannot imagine. It's true. Love can connect you to anything and anyone in ways you can't imagine. The key is love. That is the key to everything. And a lot of people don't really understand that because life is life. But the fact of the matter is, love is what will help you to transcend all the time. If you act in kindness and love all the time, to the best of your ability, because human beings are not perfect. We are so flawed. To the best of your ability, you will win and come out on top every single time. I wish I knew that growing up. I wish I knew that as a 20, 30-year-old. It's all about love. It's the most important thing in the world. Not just romantic love, just love. Just coming from your heart center. All right, Baby UFO, let's do this like Brutus, as my daddy used to say. Thumbelina, you got the card of expectations, babe. Card number 13. This is a long, complicated, and very sweet-natured tale. It's about yearning to have a child and what we do to bring about fertility. It is very pagan in its values, as a woman who wishes to have a child asks a fairy to help her. She receives it in form of a barley corn, an echo of corn, a symbol used in fertility rites since ancient Greece. She pays the price, she deals honorably with the fairy, and she plants the little barley corn. A massive flower grows in its place, and she is so overwhelmed by its beauty, she kisses it, and the petals open, and within lies her daughter, a tiny being, scarcely as long as her thumb. So she is named Thumbelina, given a walnut shell for a bed, and she has a beautiful voice, and she sings the likes of which has never been heard before. But her size makes her vulnerable, and she's stolen by a toad who wants Thumbelina for her son's bride. In turn, she is rescued by a school of fishes who feel sorry for her. Thumbelina's fate is constantly being decided by those around her, and in all of this is the quest for where she truly belongs in her home and her true family. In it also is the quest for her true nature. Is she fairy, flower? Is she human? Finally, Thumbelina begins to make her own way throughout the world. She ties a part of her clothing to a butterfly and flies away. Entering the element of air, she becomes more clever, though she does not lose her compassion. She is told she's ugly, she's left abandoned, and at this point, the little sweet being finds herself. She weaves her own bed from grass, and she hangs a leaf to create a roof over her head. She drinks the nectar of flowers, and she makes it through to winter. She cannot care for herself anymore, and moves in with a dormouse who introduces her to a mole who, of course, wishes to marry her. But he's blind, and he spoke slightingly of the sun and the flowers because he had never seen them. And he cares nothing for the birds, and upon finding one frozen, he pushes it away, caring nothing for its song, scorning it for its failure to stay alive. But Thumbelina carries flowers to the bird and sings songs to it, and then lays her head upon the bird's chest and hears its little heartbeat. She goes from being powerless and homeless to being strong enough to bring a soul back to life. And for this, she's rewarded with friendship, with home, and with her true family, for she finds fairies to be folk amongst whom she can live. But first, she has discovered so much about herself and her love of the natural world and her love for all the wild creatures that have given her wisdom. This is a tale of empowerment, finding your own way, and making your own friendships and relationships. It's time, therefore, for you to learn how to care for yourself, to choose for yourself, and yet not lose your warm heart along the way. The times when you have been ridiculed and rejected for being different will become a distant memory, and you will in time find your own true name, the song of your soul. Okay, so Baby UFO, there is a lot to unpack here. There's a lot going on here, but I'll try to make it, a little quick. There's a lot of changes happening in your life right now, and I hope that they've started happening, but if not, in the next week or two, they definitely will. And I feel like you could be feeling lost. You could be feeling like you don't know how to make a certain decision. Like you just wish someone else was there to make the decision for you, but that's indoctrination. Like you've been so conditioned to just follow the rules and do what so-and-so says because that's your boss, or, respect your elders simply because they're elder or not because they're good people and they're pieces of garbage, those types of things. And it's like you become conditioned. But I feel like over the past few months, over the last little while, however long it was, you've been becoming a little bit more unconditioned each day to make your own decisions, to carve your own path, to make your own way. And now there's something you want to do that you are, or an idea that's going to come to you if it hasn't already, that you're so worried about how other people are going to receive it that there's a great risk that you're going to end up not doing it. And the fact of the matter is, if there's something right now that you want to do, that you want to say, that you want to be, that you want to act out, it does not matter what it is. The universe is saying, go for it. Stop worrying about what other people think. Stop worrying about the consequences. And this isn't to say be dangerous and don't worry about the consequences of your actions. In this one particular situation, the consequences are going to be well worth it for you to do it. This is something well deserved, something you're supposed to do in your life, a lesson that you're supposed to learn, and it's going to bring you right out of the dark night of soul into the awakening, because you're making this massive decision without caring what other people think, and maybe with breaking a few of the rules in the process too. Good night, Paulie. Next time, if you want a reading, just let us know, that you have to leave or whatever, and we'll try to fit you in. Special K, are you still here? Batmom, me too. It's on sale this week. All of the Special Ks for like $1.29. Yeah, baby, I stocked up. Special K, let me know if you're here, babe. Yes, I had to stay. All right, deep, dark, and dangerous. Let's do it. Third, Paulie, sleep well, rest well. I think I know maybe what to do. I can take care of it with a text, and the person I text won't even be relevant soon, so it will reoccur likely. And that's okay. Stand your ground. This is your time to shine. It's your decision to make. You got the Gunakadate. I hate saying this word, Gunakadate, and it is the card of blessing. Special K, it's card number 10, and it is a deep card. Look deeper, Special K. Something that may seem like a curse is actually a blessing in disguise. Truth always finds a way to be told. You are loved and you are protected. The Tlingit people have a deep, beautiful myth concerning a creature called the Gunakadate. A young man belongs to a village that is poor, and fishing is not good. There's little to eat. He lives with his wife and mother-in-law, the latter who thinks him lazy. One night, he's walking along the beach looking for food, and in the quick coming darkness, he sees a sea monster close to the shore. The monster steps upon the shore, and the young man captures and kills it. He skins the creature, thinking that the meat may be useful, but somehow he has the urge to try on the monster's skin. The skin melds with his skin, and he dives deep into the ocean as the monster called the Gunakadate. He finds swimming as the monster through the sea invigorating. He sees and learns about another world. Just before dawn, he returns, removes the skin, and goes back to the village. He's amazed at what has happened. That night, he had an idea that he will become the Gunakadate again and look for fish. He puts the skin on, becomes the monster, and easily catches a huge salmon. He returns to his human self, hides the skin, and brings the fish back to the village, and they're all happy. And so each night, he becomes the Gunakadate and brings more food home before dawn, sometimes a seal, sometimes even a small whale. He tells his wife eventually of his secret, just in case something happens to him, and so she knows where he goes at night. Some stories say the other sea creatures, such as whales, realized his deception and killed him for it, but others say he simply drowned. But one morning, the Gunakadate is found dead on the shore. By this stage, the village is prosperous again, and all are fed. None think him lazy, and so the young man's spirit returns to the ocean, which he truly loved. His wife would sometimes see his spirit as the Gunakadate, and when she does, great prosperity comes to the village. It is said that if you see the monster, you too will be blessed with great fortune. Your plant companion is the salmonberry, and your crystal companion is what Ghost Dragons and I are both wearing on our necks, labradorite, the dragon's heart stone. So, oh, no problem, Mark. Okay. Something similar to Loch Ness Monster. Special K, this is you proving everyone wrong. I feel like you're kind of just going about life doing what what you know needs to be done, and you're not expecting thanks, and you're not expecting praise, and you're constantly second guessing yourself. Yeah, but at the end of the day, people are looking up to you. People are admiring you. You are doing the right thing. And as long as you're striving to do the right thing at all times, you cannot go wrong. So whatever this is that's happening to you right now, or that's coming into you, or to be happening in the next week or two, I want you to understand that you almost can't go wrong. As long as you think about what's best for everybody. And that does not mean If you have a narcissist in your life and they demand that you behave a certain way or don't do a certain thing or make sure you do this. No, I'm talking about just you alone with yourself, considering everyone involved and maybe sacrificially doing what's best for all involved. The universe is saying, even though you may feel like this is a great loss, you may feel like you have to give something up or you have to do something that you really don't want to do. You're not going to regret it. You're going to be blessed. So make sure that you don't inadvertently even act selfishly in the next week or two, because something so much better that you can't even imagine is going to come in if you make the decision that's best for everybody, which shouldn't be hard. You're a light worker. I mean, that's kind of what we do. We're the sacrificial lambs of the world. Special K, exactly. She said, I give the last of my everything because I know the universe will bring it back. That is the message right there. Tenfold, you'll get it back. Now go to work and have fun. Have a great night. I say have fun, like everybody has the job I have. I'm actually a writer. I do have 3 books out on Amazon, and I do write as like my primary job, but I'm so blessed to be able to do this and to make money from it and to grow and to learn with you guys. It's really cool. So very blessed.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Donna C.
Donna C. Let's do Queen Mabe. Love you too, sweetie. Anna and Special K, I'll be getting 2 emails on Sunday. She said, I'm here. Yes, perfect. I'm so glad you finally did. Whoa, too many cards. Respect the body you're using, or you may not use it. That wasn't for you guys. No. Oh, Miss Smoochie. Donna, you got Herein Lies Wisdom, card number 1. Listen, retreat, and trust your intuition. High Life with Bobby. You have access to the wisdom you seek. The great goddess has bestowed upon you abundant gifts of knowing, seeing, divining the truth, and hearing the clear inner guidance that will serve you best. She has also graced you with an ability to swiftly cut away illusions, distractions, and tired old conditions you no longer have use for. It matters not what dwells in the darkness. You needn't see the pathways that wind through the silhouetted mountaintops or the shaded half of the moon. The moon goddess and the power within you will illuminate all you need to know to prevail and thrive. So listen deeply and take action in this moment. The following moments will take care of themselves. You have the power to know, and know is in italics. Decisively pull that power back to you now, Donna, or claim it roundly if you have never done so in the past. Your intuitive prowess is a part of you. It's yours. Feel it deep within you. Stand in it, own it, wield it, and radiate it. In order to recognize your clear inner knowing, it may be helpful or even necessary to pause and retreat from the outside world for a time, perhaps a minute, an hour, a day. If you feel an impulse to rush, remember that time is not fixed in the way humans generally perceive it to be. It is responsive and fluid. When you expect it to be in short supply, it will be. But when you expect it to stretch to accommodate you, you will vanquish the illusion that time is your master, and you will instead take your rightful place as the master of time. So, Donna, find yourself a quiet and soothing place where you can consciously create some space around the situation at hand. Close your eyes, take a breath, take another breath, relax your body, and enter into silence. Once you still your mind and relax your body sufficiently, the answer or direction will be there. You'll know what to do, and you'll know how to do it with the greatest possible effectiveness and ease. So, okay. Donna, I don't know if you meditate. I'm one of those people, like, I cannot calm my mind down for more than like 30 seconds. So what I do is I go on YouTube. They have really good ones on there, and I get guided meditations, and I normally get guided sleep meditations. I do 1 hour a day of a very intense yoga, and that is my meditative space, right? If you don't have time, listen to them while you're sleeping. There is a message that is trying to be passed to you right now from a female ancestor centuries back, and it has something to do with you repeating a mistake that she made. I don't know what that means. I don't know you. But listen, she is going to pass the answer to you. But if you're not in a state of mind to be able to receive it, you could end up making the wrong decision, repeating her mistake, and pushing the ancestral generational curses down further down the ancestral line. Whereas you can end it right now. There is something going on in your life where you feel like you have lost your power. Either it's going on or unfortunately it's about to start happening. You feel powerless in a situation. Okay, maybe several, but there's one in particular that you are just fed up and you don't know which way to go. The fact of the matter is you do know. It's just that it's going to be extremely hard to do what it takes to get yourself in a better place or out of this situation, whatever the case may be. Okay, so be sure to pay attention to your dreams. Maybe start a dream journal. I know that sounds like a lot, but it will help. Even if what you write down the minute you wake up doesn't make sense, if you go back 2 weeks later and read it, it will make perfect sense to you 99% of the time. Take your power back. If something is outdated, dead, done, over with, stuck, stale, stagnant, whether it be a relationship, a person, a situation, a situationship, familial bonds, employment, it doesn't matter what and or who it is. Take your power back. You have the right to do so. And what and or whoever this is actually holds no power over you unless you give it to them. It's time to take it back. Do not repeat the same mistake as your ancestor. Just wake up, and if you remember your dreams, great. Write like 2 or 3 sentences about it. If you don't remember your dreams, just write the first thing that comes to your mind. One time I got up and wrote something about like roller skating in church, and it made no sense. It was just the first 3 words that popped to my mind. But when I went back and read it as a story 2 weeks later, I wrote 2 to 3 sentences every day for 2 weeks. It actually started to make sense. I wasn't rollerblading in church, obviously, but it did have to do with the fact that I am a devout Christian and everything that comes with that, and then comes with my gifts and my abilities and what I do here. It wasn't being simpatico. So trust me, it does work. I cannot slow my mind down enough to meditate for more than 10 seconds, honestly. Who's next?
Roger Blair.
Roger Blair. Didn't I already read? Oh no, that was Richard. Roger, I'm going to use the Halloween Oracle for you as well. Skating in church. My dad, he got a Patterson, New Jersey education, and he doesn't know how to read or write. So he uses voice to text. And he'll, like, my real name, he'll be like, hey, and he says my real name, and it'll come up as, hey, Satan. And I just look at it, I'm like, I think he meant to say something else. Yeah, 5-minute meditation you can do anywhere on YouTube has helped me. I do the ones while I'm sleeping. Those are the easiest for me. Getting attacked in your dreams is actually a really bad sign. It means you have a negative attachment on you. So whether you realize it or not, something is slowly draining the life out of you and making situations in your life much more difficult. They may be making it hard for you to concentrate. They're feeding off of you. And how they show their power is by attacking you in sleep, especially if you're waking up with like actual bruises. Roger Blair, you got scrying, intuition. Soften your eyes, begin the trance. Whole worlds are open, begin the dance. Scrying is the divination technique of seeing unconscious images or images from the divine or supernatural appear upon or within a surface. People scry into a crystal ball, a black mirror, water, even the surface of ice. It is a very ancient technique and one traditionally enacted on Samhain, Halloween. The keys to effective scrying are being as relaxed as possible, minimizing possible distractions, softening your gaze, and allowing. The enemy of effective scrying is distraction, both from inside and out. Turn off the phone, electric lights, anywhere where you can see them, any music. And if you're scrying outdoors, take the time to settle into the environment and listen to all the noises so that your mind will not need to break your focus later on. It is also vitally important to settle the mind as much as you can. If you regularly meditate, you may wish to use those techniques, or otherwise you can simply shut your eyes and focus on slowing your breath. That's usually very, very effective. If you have a specific question for the scrying medium, state it up front. Then once you feel relaxed, turn your focus inwards. Imagine pulling your energy within you and then focus on the third eye point, the chakra point in the center of the forehead, just above the eyebrows, and imagining it opening. Then gaze in a soft and unfocused way at your scrying surface and simply allow images to form and observe what presents itself to you. Should you pull the scrying card, I suggest you try scrying. It also indicates that you may wish to develop your intuition further and not rely solely on the logical part of your mind for all the answers. True wisdom takes a balance of logic and imagination and intuition for true wisdom. Yes, Roger Blair, you are thinking, and you may not hear this often, you are thinking far too practically. Okay. You are thinking like it's okay. So it's like this. This is a silly example, like always, but listen, hear me out. You see a ghost, a spirit in front of you. They sit there, they start talking. You get up and you leave the room and convince yourself that it was a reflection of the television. Obviously, that's not what it was, but you're trying to be so rational. And I'm not saying you're seeing spirits, or it may not even be anything spiritual, but you are convincing yourself that something is happening or that it's not happening when you know darn well it is happening. For a more practical example, you know for a fact your significant other's cheating because you just walked in on them, but you're going to turn around and pretend like you didn't. You don't want to deal with that. You're being rational. Well, I wasn't, I didn't actually see that, It's that type of thing. You are refusing to see something, Roger, that is right in front of your face. Okay. And the universe is calling your attention to it because it's going to start wreaking a lot more havoc and very, very soon if you don't confront it and take care of it. You have to face the reality of the situation, even if it seems illogical, even if it seems like an impossible situation, even if you have no idea what the F is going on. Guess what? You have to stand up, step into your power, face it, fight through it, and get rid of it as quickly as possible, because whatever is happening around you right now that you are not willing to even acknowledge is tearing your gosh darn life apart. Please focus on it and pay attention to it. Madison Teague, last chance. Guys, I really have to use the bathroom. I was trying not to have to go so we can get through these quickly because we only have 55 minutes left. I will be right back. Please don't go anywhere if you haven't gotten a reading yet. I'll be right back.
Okay. Thank you, Eris. I wasn't paying attention. So, Madison, you still here? Dargo Jensen, are you still here? I think Batmom's here somewhere. Cynthia and Price, are you still here? If you people would let me know, I would appreciate it. Carrie F. and Iron Dogger. If any of you are still here, please let me know right away so we can get this a rockin' when she comes back. Hello, Eris. I saw you sneak in. Okay. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you. So, one. Batmom, you still here? I'm sure you are somewhere. If not,
Batmom's there.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Well, go ahead and do Batmom and Cynthia Price, and then Carrie F. If you're here, please let me know, or Iron Dogger.
All right, New England Dirt Roadie. Yes, I did do yours, but I have no idea which one it was, sweetie. I don't know.
You haven't done New England yet.
Yes, I did. Did I? No, I didn't.
Nope. I've been trying to fit new people in.
Okay, I could have swore. Okay, well, I could have swore, but that's okay. No problem. Who's next?
Well, if he's got to go to sleep, go ahead and do
Yeah.
him, and then we'll do the Bat Mom and Cynthia Price.
All right, New England Dirt Roadie. I am using the Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle. That's okay. I'm glad you're getting some sleep. Yeah, Dogman, UK man, I actually, you can ask New England Dirt Roadie is the perfect person to be in here right now because I do attachment removal through video. And like I send the stuff to you and I tell you how to use it through video, like walk you through it. Or if you just want to talk, I mean, just email me. It's the best way to do it. All right, New England Dirt Roadie. Fierce Loyalty, cover card. Defense. He said she sends you a lot of stuff. Within the walls of a castle, a red-headed woman sits with twin dragons. One rests his head on her lap while his sister stays alert and on guard. Their wings arch above and meet, sheltering the woman beneath. The twins are fiercely loyal and will not let any harm come to her. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like a little someone you know? This card is a symbol of defense since it suggests that we safeguard those things we consider vulnerable. In some situations, this will involve looking out for those who are vulnerable. It can also fall into a reading when there is a need for us to look after ourselves. If you have drawn this card, it can mean that you or someone important to you, someone you love, is under attack. It is important to remember that attacks can take many different forms, and preventative measures may need to be put in place beforehand. Are your computer settings and virus protections up to date? Is your home secure? Or might you be divulging your deepest and darkest secrets to those who might not respect them? It may be time to think about how much you share and what the consequences could be. On a personal level, this card may be asking you to consider your lifestyle. Are you eating healthily? Are you getting enough sleep? When this card arrives for you, think about what you need to do to safeguard and what will be the most effective way of doing so. I don't know what's going on really with the people upstairs, okay? But I do know that that mother flower that lives above you, the male especially, he is demonic. And his attachments, at least one of them, has set their sights on you. Why, New England Dirt Roadie? Because we just cleared everything off of you. And you're still in the confusion, okay, of learning how to live without those attachments, but you are a piece of fresh meat and they have you in their sight. The best way to get out of and away from this is to live your life. Stop allowing it to affect you. And that is really hard when you have a spiritual influence that you can't see or recognize for what it is living upstairs from you and freaking flipping you out every night. Secondly, this is about Claude. Claude is there with you. As you were once his loyal protector, keeping him safe, he was vulnerable. Nursing him back to health, mystifying him, I guess you could say, back to life. How many times? Now the tables have turned and he is yours. He is there with you, protecting you as you are spiritually vulnerable, particularly to that D-bag upstairs. Watch for signs of him, specifically, as I told you already in text, with your other cat. Your other cat is going to show you that Claude is there. I want you to pay close attention to things happening in your house that you always are very aware of that kind of stuff. Keep that awareness and do what you can to get out there and live a good life. I know you're grieving right now. Grief is love with nowhere to go, and it's the most painful thing in the world. But Netter, listen to me. I told you the other day, if you've ever believed anything that I said to you, believe me that Claude is with you and he is protecting you. But that protection can only do so much and last so long. You have to live a life well lived. And you say you never get opportunities and never even run into anyone. Force yourself to. Take yourself out to dinner. Go sit at a bar, even if you don't drink, and talk to the person next to you. Make these connections. You have opportunities that are just flying right by you because you are so focused right now on your own inner world, which is you, your poor deceased cat, your other cat, and the a-holes upstairs. That is it. And your job that you love so much. The people at work that you kind of talk to. You have to get out and meet people in order for opportunities to come in. Sitting in that house and just being affected all day, no bueno. And if you need me, I'm here. Who's next? Hi, Peppa. My baby's home, so I got to hurry these up.
Bat Mom.
Miss Bat Mom, let's do signs of the times. Bat Mom, this is you now, honey. You're welcome, sweetie. Bat Mom, this is you, hon. Mirror, reflection. Card number 20. Guys, please don't forget PayPal and Cash App. That really helps me out. I stream like 3 to 4 hours a week, all in one night. So I do appreciate it. Bat Mom, who are you? You may be asking yourself this question since this card holds an energy of depth and discovery. A mirror, a still puddle, a disco ball, these surfaces all reflect exactly what is put in front of them, and this card is encouraging you to do the same. Take a few moments for yourself and tap into your intuition, thoughts, and emotions. Day-to-day responsibilities can often distract from taking the time to go within, so make the time. This card signals contemplation and the type of productive reflection that brings epiphanies. You are developing a deeper understanding and acceptance of yourself, which is an amazing thing. This can manifest as taking time out for self-care, meditating more often, or writing in a journal. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace as you reflect on your life and how far you've come. Just be careful not to fall so in love with your own reflection that you stop seeing the beauty in the world around you and the signs and symbols they're calling out to you and guiding you. Additional meanings: time alone brings clarity. Develop a self-care routine. Deepen your connection with others. Focus your attention on yourself and your needs. And yes, I see this as a huge problem. You are so focused. Thank you, Eris. You are so focused, Bat Mom, on everything else going on with everyone else, with the people that you love. How can you not be involved? How can you not focus on that? How can you not worry about it? And it's okay to do all those things, but you also have to put the same amount or more of focus and attention, love, affection, protection on yourself. This is why you're not figuring this out. Whatever this is, first of all, it's out of your hands. You can only do what you can do. And if you do as much as you can do, you can't feel bad. No matter the circumstances. I know how hard that is to hear with what's going on. I know it. But if you've done everything you could do, what more can you do? And I feel like you've given so much to either this person, this situation, whatever's happening. You're drained, you're empty, and that's why you're panicking and you feel like everything's just falling apart. Please, I am begging you. I know we can't just take off work and run through a field of daisies at the drop of a hat. But please take an hour to yourself to listen to a positive affirmation meditation. I can even send you ones that I use, a subliminal message one that you don't even have to physically hear with your ears, just have it playing in the background without even noticing. You have to build yourself back up. You have to fill yourself back up. You know how I always talk about the glass of water. You're giving sips out. People are passing through, taking gulps. At the end of the day, you're an empty glass sitting on the table with nothing more to give and nothing more inside of yourself. You have to fill yourself up. You've done everything you could. Now all you can do is wait and see what happens and wait to be able to be useful in that particular situation with that particular person again.
Cynthia Price.
Prince. Cynthia, we are going to do Della and Wait. There is a card with Dragon, Gemma, and me. There probably is. I have almost 200 decks. Doing them backwards. All right, Miss Cynthia, I love you too, Bat Mom, and I'm sorry I couldn't get back to you today. I've got so much going on with my 6-hour workday, but I should be around for a little while on Sunday, but I'm trying not to like overbook. But just keep me posted if you want to send voice memos or whatever the case may be, and I'll try to help you through this as best as I can. Cynthia, you got the Snow Queen, card number 20. I know you do, because you are empty. You've emptied yourself out. We all do it, especially as mothers, honey. So don't shame yourself for it. Just do something about it. I'm going to send you a care package, bath bombs and all kinds of cool stuff. Okay. Just for you to make you feel better. Cynthia, I was boring in my lonesome castle. I think it meant bored. These are translated from Italian. So one day I kidnapped a boy who had been wounded by pieces of a magical broken mirror and could not have feelings anymore. But there was a little girlfriend of his. She overcame many perilous adventures to find her friend. When she arrived in my castle, Kay did not recognize her at all, for his heart was frozen. So this is the frozen story. Gerda cried, and her tears warmed Kay's heart. They left my palace, and I was left alone again. You're in such a state of isolation that's not healthy. It has to stop. You have to get out of your frozen castle. You have to make some new friends. You have to learn how to warm your world. You have been experimenting loneliness. You have been experiencing loneliness in autarky for long enough. Spring has come again. You need some sun, you need flowers, you need green trees. So put an end to your own winter and go create some joyful new bonds. Yeah, and I know you're right. Bat Mom, you are never alone here. You have so many options to reach out to people. We're here, baby. We are here, even if it's just listening. I promise you. Don't ever feel alone. That is one of the worst feelings in the world, especially when there are people around you. I get it. Cynthia, yeah, I feel like you've either isolated or you're feeling like you need to disconnect from something or someone, and the universe is saying that is not what is needed right now. Maybe you need to pull your energy away from a specific person or situation, but being alone, being in your own thoughts, being in your own mess is not the answer here. You may, if you're not feeling this already, in the next week or two, something's going to happen that, just like with Bat Mom, like it's totally out of your control. You've done everything you could do. You have to get out there. New England Dirt Roadie, this message is for you as well. It's up to you to put people in your path. It's up to you to put opportunities in your path. Sitting home alone, and I'm one to talk. Thank God this is not me giving you advice. Sitting home alone and just stewing on things that could have been, would have been, should have been, that you did, that you didn't do, that you could have done better or differently. It doesn't work that way. If you're empty, you have to fill up. And as human beings, we need other people to do that. There is an opportunity, Cynthia, waiting for you that's going to come from a stranger. But in order to meet this stranger, you have to be out in the real world. It's not going to come electronically or digitally. Who's next?
I'm sorry. Val.
Val, I'm going to do angels and ancestors. And I meant to use this for you, but your team was like, nope. Hey, Deirdre. Honey, you're a little late, so you're going to have to hit me up another day for a reading. I don't mean to be mean, but I have to get RJ to bed. But I love you, and it's good to see you. I have a Tuesday story. That place is getting out of control crazy. So we have the lady for Miss Val. I love you though. Please don't be mad. I can't do anymore. I'm so tired. Val, reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand in all areas of your life. The lady, known as the Empress in the traditional tarot, is the representation of the goddess in her most fertile form. I love you too, baby girl. She is an abundant, bountiful, and creative being. She is closely connected to nature because it is her child. She represents maternal energy and has more than enough love to give all who need nurturing. Yet she is a representation of the goddess Venus too, and yearns for a rich relationship with her counterpart, the Lord. In this card, she holds an apple. Its seeds form a perfect pentagram, which in paganism represents the 5 elements of life: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Fertility, growth, and abundance are all imminent when the lady arrives in your life. All the seeds you have planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. In a material sense, this card can represent financial security and comfort. It shows that there will be more than enough to go around. If you are making business deals or setting intentions to create financial growth, this card indicates a considerable amount of monetary success. The lady can also usher in other forms of abundance, opportunities, marriage proposals, and even the birth of a child. She will help you respect nature and connect with its forces in order to have a genuinely supported journey through life. This is really great news. So something financially abundant coming in, okay? Whether it's a small inheritance, it's found money, it's not going to be like $1 billion, $1 million, but something is coming in, and I don't feel like it's earned. I feel like it's won, or someone's giving it to you, or it could even be found money. Now, if you are old enough to still have children, be careful if you don't want to get pregnant. If that doesn't apply to you, someone in your orbit is going to be pregnant. I don't know if you're going to be a grandmother or godmother, or you're like, it's just, it could be your neighbors having kids. Like there's somebody giving birth in your orbit. I feel as though you may feel like your life is missing something that maybe you're thinking in the past. I see a lot of this. So it's like going backwards, thinking of the past, dwelling on something or someone you feel like you've lost forever. If there's a person in your past, particularly that you're thinking about or missing, as long as it wasn't toxic, reach out. Reach out to them. Find them on Facebook if you haven't seen them in a while. This is a card of great, amazing, incredible abundance, Val. But just like I've been saying all along, you have to, good night, dog man, please email me. Anybody email me if you guys need to talk, if you guys want products or services, or just want to say, hey, email me, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. This is such an amazingly abundant card, but I'm on repeat. Like I've been saying all night, you have to get out to seek the abundance. Even if you're like, say you've been planning for years to start a business, but it's never been the right time. Every time you try, you feel like you fail. You just can't get ahead. Now is the time to start that business. Now is the time to ask for that loan. Now is the time to put a second mortgage on your house. Like now is the time where people are willing to give you money to help you financially. So anything that you know, like in that sense, anyone that you know, take advantage of that and start that business, start that channel, buy that house, make that move. This is time, even though it's a retrograde, I don't normally say this, this is time for big and major decisions. This is an abundant card. You literally cannot go wrong if you take chances and take leaps of faith to allow the universe to catch you. Yeah, Val, I can't say definitely. I can never say definitely, especially off one card, but that is a possibility here. Whenever the lady comes in, it is always, never fails to be a birth. And it's usually in a close vicinity. It's usually the person I'm reading for or their child. Okay, who's next?
Smoochy is your last actual person.
And then I have to do a Risha and KC.
Right.
All right, Smoochy, we're doing
Black Dragon. I'm sorry, Black
Okay.
Dragon after Smoochy.
Smoochy, we're doing Halloween. Yeah, I know you are so right. Live in the now, people. The past is gone and the future is a mystery. Just live in the now. Go out and grab life by the balls, by the cunanos, as my daddy would say. Now, my dad thinks that he came up with this, but he didn't. But he loves to say it. Baby girl, yesterday's history, tomorrow is a mystery. Because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And you can't go back to it. Like, yes, explain the whole thing. All right, Smoochy, the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. Whew. Another realm, shadow-filled, travel from death's bed, where we stop and transform within the realm of the dead. The idea of an underworld, a whole realm that we go to after we die, is a concept that crosses a huge variety of cultures and eras. The Sumerians, the Turkish, the Incans, the Greeks, through to the Siberians, the Maori, and the Khmers all had a distinct word for the underworld. What is different, though, is how those cultures treat the concept, whether the underworld is seen as a place of rest and rejuvenation or horror and punishment. The Christian hell is a place of darkness, fire, and punishment. The Egyptian underworld is one of judgment, peace, and renewal. The Maori culture is an in-between place of waiting, wisdom, and transition. Many myths that mention the underworld often involve the concept of a place of waiting, of trials, and eventual judgment. It can also be a place of joy and peace. Should the underworld card be present in your reading, you are being asked to consider exactly what you have to do to transform your life into something you find easier or more authentic to you. Miss Shelley wasn't here tonight. It may involve trials and tests. Keep moving. While things may fall away and your life may appear bare for a time, this is temporary. Space is being made into which you can create the new. Smoochie, this is a waiting space, okay? It's not a great time in your life. Things are not going well for the most part, but the universe is saying that it's allowing things to fall away to make room for things that are bigger and better, right? So maybe you've realized that you're not going to achieve or accomplish something, and that's okay. You're putting that dream to the side. You're letting go of it. So now is not the time, probably not going to happen, so that the universe can put more ideas and thoughts and opportunities in your path. Okay. This is not you being punished. This is not that everything is going to continuously go wrong. I know this is so cliche and I'm sorry, but it's the message that's coming in. Everything that's happening now is happening for a reason, for you to be abundant and joyful. Try to find joy in the little things, despite everything tragic that's going on in your life right now, things you may feel like you can't handle or can't deal with, and you just got to be strong and put on that brave face. That's okay. But make sure you look for the little blessings in your life. And the more you do that, the more you focus on the positive, even when there's only a tiny bit there, the more positive there will be for you to focus on. There you go. Wolfie and Fox Sitter. I love it. I'm waiting for grandkids. I sent my son and his girlfriend, who I hope he marries, because this girl is me at 21. Or 22, however old she is. This girl, Olivia, that my son's been with for years, is me now, but at that age. And I'm like, please marry her. So I sent them a short, and it said, babysitting my grandkids. And she's like, to the window, to the wall, till the sweat drop down my ball, till all these bitches crawl. Skeet, skeet. And I was like, yep, that's me. Okay, who's next?
Black Dragon.
Smoochie and Bat Mom. Everybody in here needs love and light, but I know some of you are really, really going through it. Black Dragon, I'm using signs of the times. I wish we all lived like closer to one another. Infinity, Black Dragon, unlimited potential. Card number 43. And then I have 2 timestamps and we're done. The infinity symbol, also known as lemniscate, is a symbol that literally has no end. You can't pinpoint where it ends or begins, but it still continues. The possibilities are endless. Dream big, set challenging goals, and break through any barriers, real or imagined. Anything's possible, so release any self-imposed limitations. If you are doubting your own ability, now it's time to believe in your own potential. The lemniscate can also signify that you are onto something bigger than you can even imagine. Whatever ideas you have now can grow exponentially. This card is a reminder to resist settling for less. It might appear easier, but you're destined for more. Keep going. Additional meanings, multiple possibilities, time to expand, avoid self-sabotage, and ongoing situation. So, Black Dragon, I do feel like you have a lot going on right now, or a lot coming in. You have to pick and choose what's important, what you're going to give, what you're going to give your energy and attention to. Okay, there's something major here. I don't think you realize that. I think that you just feel like you're doing the right thing. You're doing the next best thing for you, and you don't realize the potential in the opportunity that's in front of you. Now, you've either already accepted it or you're about to. There's no procrastination here. It's something that you're just going to do, or something that you started doing. But if you continue to do it well and unselfishly, the universe is going to grow it exponentially, and you're going to get to a place with what and or whoever this is that you can never imagine. Remember to be thankful. Remember to count your blessings, always something to be grateful for. And don't hesitate in making decisions. Follow your first instinct, especially in the next week or two, because there are going to be people that are going to question you. Like, why did you do that? You don't have to answer to them. And just because you go to someone for advice doesn't mean you have to take the advice they give you. Okay? You can go to someone from advice, thank them for the advice, and go do the exact opposite. It doesn't matter. You're only asking for their advice. You're not telling them to make the decision for you. You got this. You know. You got this. KC, deep, dark, and dangerous. I know he's tired. He's been up since 7. Actually, I think he got up at 6:30. Iron Dogger, yeah. KC, Kelpie. I can read one for you really quick, Iron Dogger. I'm going to do KC, Arisha, Iron, and then I have to go, guys. You were in here already, so it's not like you just came in. All right. Casey, you got the Kelpie, the card of warning, a deep card, card number 5. If you are given a warning, you should heed it. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. Understand your current limitations, yet extend your skills. Your intuition may be asking you to be aware of a danger, so pay attention. Most people would be familiar with the most famous of water kelpies, that of the one that lives in Loch Ness in Scotland. A kelpie is a shapeshifter, normally one that changes from its more monstrous form in the water into a land-based animal like a black horse, and pretty much every decent-sized body of water in Scotland has a kelpie attached to it. The word kelpie itself comes from the Gaelic word calpig, which means colt. The kelpie has hooves, but they are backward-facing, and sometimes the kelpies sing haunting songs that are very pleasing to the ear to lure their prey. One myth tells of a young woman being courted by a handsome young man. He always wears a nicely forged silver necklace, and his curly hair is so black and shiny it seems to have the sheen of water upon it. She suspects that perhaps he's a kelpie, and so decides to remove his necklace while he sleeps when they're on a picnic together. He immediately transforms into his equine form, and she takes him back to her farm and has him work as a horse for a time. Her anger at his dishonesty wears off, and she misses her love, so she consults the wise woman of the village to see what the best course of action should be. The wise woman takes the necklace and puts it around the horse's neck. The kelpie transforms back into the human form. She asks the kelpie whether he wishes to be with the young woman or go back to the water. The kelpie says that he will stay in his human form, thus becoming mortal, if she agrees to marry him. The young woman accepts him as her husband, and the kelpie stays in human form, giving up his immortality. Kelpies, although revered and considered to be beautiful, were to be avoided if possible. They were the embodiment of danger and the unknown inherent in the depths of water, and a reminder that we humans can lose ourselves quickly if we don't pay attention to the situation or pay the situation enough respect. Your plant companion, water crowfoot, crystal companion, Morion, KC. Somebody is still deceiving you. Okay? I feel like you know who and what this is, but you just don't know how to deal with it. Do not let your anger get the best of you. You're going to say things you don't mean. You're going to act out of character, and you're going to make matters so much worse, because now this manipulative garbage person isn't going to be the bad guy anymore because you said something mean, or you listen, keep your calm, stay calm, cool, and collected. Let them do what they do. You don't even have to get involved. Just put up your boundaries, block them. Don't speak to them. You don't owe anyone closure. You don't owe anyone an explanation, but please understand that everything that's being offered to you is too good to be true from this one person, because they are a liar. They are a manipulator. They are a cheat. They've done you dirty in the past, girl. Please, if you don't know who this is, please think long and hard about anyone making offers to you that seem too good to be true. Yes, Queen Gemma, thank you. Good night, everybody. I'm going to do Arisha and then Iron Dogger. So Arisha, we're going to do Anne Stokes Gothic. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to do these very quickly. Oh, Black Dragon, thank you. Gemma and Dragon are a true blessing to me. You are to us as well. All of you are. Mark says, hugs to all, sending light and strength. Good night to all, especially Queen Gemma and Ghosty. Love you too, sweetie. I'll talk to you tomorrow, I'm sure. Fantasy Forest, Arisha. Intuition. A woman rides a grand white stag through the forest, sprinkling the ground with sparkles of light. This majestic animal is often linked to the unseen realms, bringing messages from the other world. Here, he is surrounded by nature in all its nighttime glory. The fantasy forest is that place where we can connect with other worlds. When we tap into our intuition or consult with our higher consciousness, this card represents the sphere in which we do it all. We all rely on our intuition from time to time. For our ancestors and animal friends, checking into their gut feelings has made the difference between life and death. If this card has graced your reading, it's time to consider how you feel. It does not suggest that you ignore logic, but rather trust in the messages that appear to come from within. Have you ever felt negatively about someone on a first meeting, only to be proven right a few weeks later? Can you remember a time when you were called to do something that defied popular opinion, but it worked out better than you'd expected? There are a million examples of intuition in action. Arisha, honey, I've been saying this multiple times tonight, and I say it all the time. You know what is going on. Somebody thinks they're doing something behind your back. Okay. They're not. You have an inkling of what this is, or you have full knowledge. The universe wants you to act on it. Do something about it. Don't sit in this and allow this person to think they're pulling the wool over your eyes or getting over on you. It's not like, oh, they're laughing behind my back. It's not that type of energy. It's just like, you deserve so much better. You don't deserve to be treated like this, manipulated. I don't know who this is. It could be a friend, a boss, a loved one, a significant other, a family member. Like, there's somebody here that is so incredibly toxic, and they're coming off as the good guy or the good girl to everyone. And you know the truth, and they think that you're the only one who doesn't know. Confront them with love and then walk away. You deserve so much better. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, the next 2 weeks are going to be hard for you, because you're going to come to an understanding of who someone really is and what they're all about. And it's going to be painful. If you're going through that now, reach out. Maybe I can help. Follow your intuition. Your heart is the biggest deceiver. Your mind is being too rational. Okay. Thinking about, well, this, that, and the other. No, your heart, the next 2 weeks, not your heart, your intuition is going to be key. Okay. Not your heart, not your mind. Iron Dogger, let's do this. And I've got to go. I'm going to use one I didn't use yet tonight. Let's use Divine Guidance. We love you too, sweetie. All right, Iron Dogger. Card number 30. And these are just visuals, so I don't know exactly what this is, but we'll see. Card number 30, Expansion. Iron Dogger, the expansion card is about your connection to large groups of people, whether it is to offer yourself in service through community events, volunteer work, workshops, or healing groups, speaking or publishing or writing. It's about sharing your gifts and talents in a way that serves many on a more public scale. In doing so, your energy reaches far and wide, having a meaningful and powerful effect on all of those whose lives you touch. Now is the time to really put yourself out there in italics. So take a deep breath, trust the process, and open wide. No, it's okay, Iron Dogger. This is you. What this card is saying is any opportunity you have to put yourself out there. I don't know what you do for a living, but it's like whatever that is, or maybe it's a hobby, you have something to offer of service. So say you like to cook in your spare time, you have the opportunity to bring food to a soup kitchen and serve, right? Or you're an author, so you're going to go read books to foster kids. Like, I don't know. There is something going on here of like, either what you do for a living or what you do as a hobby, and like being charitable with it. And I don't know, it's always a weird one at the end. Regardless of what it is, this is the universe calling you to use your gifts to help others. And in return, the universe is going to bring that back to you tenfold. If you have the opportunity to give, and I don't mean money, I mean of yourself, do it, especially in the next week or two. Make time to do it. If you're offered an opportunity to do something that seems kind of like weird or like a little ridiculous, long as it's not dangerous or anything like that, or like a scam, get out there and do it. Put yourself out there. I'll give you one quick example of what I'm talking about because it's the best way I can do it. I wrote a series of scripts for videos for the Missing Persons and Mysteries channel. From those scripts, a publisher reached out to me. So it was a hobby of mine, something I was doing for like $20 a pop at the time. Just off the top of my head, a theory I had. A publisher reached out to me. I had a contract. My books got published. I'm a best-selling author, all because I just offered myself up of a hobby to help someone else without really gaining anything in return. That is what you are expected to do in the next week or two. If you're already doing it, continue on that path. It's something charitable. I can't pick it up with one card. Guys, Edna, I do try my best. There are a few people who I know really wanted readings, but they were so in and out, I couldn't keep up with them. My little guy is downstairs. Guys, I love you so, so, so much. I appreciate all of you. Please watch my shorts. Please watch them all the way through. Don't flick through them. It really does help. PayPal, Cash App, links to my books are in all of my videos, not this one, but all of my pre-recordeds. Monday, we're going to be talking about cursed objects and the Dybbuk box. All right. I love you guys, and I've really got to go.